Hey, Super Punks. Welcome back to Los Angeles 2119. I'm Eric, and we are at Callisto 6. How are y'all doing today?
Whee!
I said, how y'all doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, Eric. Pretty.
So we got a small group tonight because con season has officially begun.
Yeah.
Con! Yes, indeed. And con...
I feel so disoriented on this side of the table.
Is it disorienting?
Here's the thing. You are Cass now, and I am Anton.
Oh, what if it was like that?
Seed is the opposite of bullshit.
What if this was like the Tuvix episode of Voyager, where now you're like Luma Cass?
Why would you bring that on this house?
I don't want to say Lumas because that just doesn't work.
Ah, it does to me.
Cass.
Look,
Casma sounds cool.
If there were a good portmanteau, the fine shippers of the Superpunks would have found it.
That's a solid point.
Kasuma also works.
It's also
Kasuma.
Lassie the Punk.
Kasuma's good.
Yeah, we
That's good. Yeah.
I'm just excited because I get to sit next to Eliza.
You're excited because you're sitting in an
We're like
exciting
on
chair.
opposite ends all the time.
You guys served on a starship together for years.
I know. If we were
Never sat
we're related.
We're cousins.
Right?
Amazing.
So, a couple of announcements to start off tonight. Of course, as always, thank you so much to Okie Dokie Dice for letting Season 2 of Callisto 6 blossom to life. So you guys can check out Okie Dokie Dice, which are going to be available in all markets at the end of this month. They've got all the different types of dice styles. They've got all the different sizes that you can find in most places, but Okie Dokie Dice is the ones you've been pulling them out there. Oh, I like those. Are those like pearlescent?
They're yellow pearlescent and they are amazing. And what's great is they come in these cases that you then get to keep them in, and then you can serve as dice trays or just carriers.
They're real handy.
Really handy.
I
Don't
gotta
just
be
fall
honest.
apart because they're like slidey.
They're super slidey.
Not to sound like I'm not trying to sound like I'm hawking this stuff or anything, but the truth is when they give you those like tube dice, those dice carriers, those usually go in the trash or the recycling like right away. It kind of actually adds waste. But with these, I use them. I've got a few battle mechs in those cases at home.
Oh yeah,
I can use them.
Oh fun!
Anyway.
To organize makeup and stuff. Organize a lot of.
So remember, plastic box. Okie Dokie Dice.
You reuse.
So you can find Okie Dokie Dice on all social media platforms at Okie Dokie Dice, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for helping Season 2 of Callisto come to life. And of course, our dear friends over at Monty Cook Games. Thank you so much. They've had a big week because they just launched their Kickstarter for Arcana of the Ancients, which is going to be a hefty art-filled hardcover book packed with creatures, devices, abilities, and adventures to integrate mysterious high-technology science fantasy into your traditional 5e game. I am so excited about this. Ever since our discussion we had on Game Masters Hall, Sam, like my brain has been buzzing about it.
Spoilers.
I'm just saying. I'm super excited about that.
They didn't know that I was in Game Masters Hall.
Yeah, they did. You're in the preview.
I snuck in so no one would know.
Please. There's no way you can sneak a Sam Delev into anything. So yes, definitely check out the Arcana of the Ancients. The Kickstarter is up. It is super, super rad. Of course, it's created by the people who brought us Numenera, but also Planescape had a huge hand in that. They're coming back to do all these rad stuff. Bruce Cordell, Sean Reynolds, and of course Monty Cook returned to their old stomping grounds, known for their work on D&D 5e, Planescape, Tolus, and of course Psionics, which I love. I love torturing Mercer with Psionics because he hated the Psionics. So. But hopefully we'll see some Psionic stuff coming back in that. But either way, tech coming into D&D, I'm all about that. The Kickstarter ends on April 12th, so go to mymcg.com/Arcana5e to learn more. Pretty gnarly. Let's see, what else? Do we have anything else today? Anybody else have any announcements that they want to come? Oh, of course, Game Masters Hall. I should announce that. Game Masters Hall, which we shot recently, and it's come out. I'm a super big fan of it. We did shows that are kind of like this with a few of our previous shows, like the DM's Tips and Roundtable. We wanted to come back and just update it and get really personal and have like a really great conversation between two people at the table with some of the great minds of minus me.
And also me.
Yeah, and also me. And we've got a great lineup, so definitely check that out. You can spot that up on YouTube. It's up right now. I think the most recent episode, I believe, was Becca Scott and David Nett.
Oh, fun.
I think. Did I have that right? I'll have to double check. I've watched all of them, so I don't remember which one we just released.
Kind of might have been the world
YouTube.
building.
You can send her YouTube, and you'll be able to find it. I think that's all the announcements I have today. Yes, Sam Delev.
First, I need to announce that Eric Campbell is a mendacious liar and is indeed one of the great minds of our generation in RPGs. Thank you very much. Nice try, Campbell. But also, that great mind is joining us in a game of Callisto 6 tonight, and I'm excited!
Wait, one more announcement. Tomorrow on Tempting Fate, we're on a show together.
We are!
We should have
Tomorrow? Saturday?
We should!
Saturday.
Yes. We're on Saving Throw Show. We were doing a special fundraising drive for the channel, and we are playing Breakfast Club, which will also include.
Gina, are you in that one?
I am not in that one.
Oh my God, you're not in the
unfortunately.
breakfast pub?
I'm not. I have to go to a wedding tomorrow.
That's understandable.
But
Although,
it's for the Trevor Project, so please tune in and donate. If
totally,
you like.
totally, it's support Saving Throw, support Trevor Project.
E-Dave will be there too.
My
Yes.
my misspeaking just now. I now want to see a breakfast pug show.
Hug.
Let me talk to Rick. We often have a Pupper Time donation tier.
Fantastic.
So that might happen. You will, I believe, also catch Callisto 6 alum Hakeem Sophia, aka Markia McCarty, in addition
yes,
to
that's right.
Campbellverse alum Forkin Cooner.
Yes.
He bribed a lot of people to be on that episode.
Right on. Okay,
Check that.
so I think that's it. I think we can jump to tonight's episode of Callisto 6 unless there's anything else.
I'm still excited.
Okay, Sam's still excited. Let's jump into tonight's episode of Callisto 6.
An embarrassment. The former head of the company couldn't be reached for comment. Shocking revelations this week for the Callisto 6. After decoding the message from Pyramid Star's database, the team discovered coordinates that took them to a remote lodge in the wilderness outside Los Angeles. There they found Dr. Anika Patel, the scientist who infused them with the Callisto 6 energy, previously assumed to be dead. Patel revealed to the team that it had not been she who died, but Luma from the future, shapeshifted into the guise of Dr. Patel. They learned that Fletcher Krauss is in fact an interdimensional being connected to the Callisto energy source, and that he has defeated the team in every other alternate timeline. The team preps for a Hail Mary after realizing the key to changing their fate is the last remnants of the Callisto energy source, which is located on the moon. And with that, I'm Hakeem Sophia. Rest easy, Los Angeles.
What was that? I heard the word "but" over there. Every time we're about to go live, you have no idea what I'm talking about, Campbell.
No.
Okay, cool.
I also don't know what you're talking about.
It was
All right.
plural.
Cool. All right, it's another night
Y'all
here at
calling me?
GNS. All right. So, indeed, where we last left off, some pretty amazing revelations taking place about not only what the Callisto 6 energy source is, where it originates from, but also the revelation that Dr. Anika Patel is alive, the woman that gave you your powers. Only she's not the woman that gave you your powers. The reveal about Luma coming back from the future and dying and giving you guys your powers, revealing the paradox that you're all closed in right now.
You made it rain last episode.
Yeah, there was a lot
Exposition.
Yep. You guys were on the exposition train last episode. Lots of reveals, finally getting some answers. My favorite, of course, was watching your facial expressions when you learned that the Callisto 6 energy source was named after Dr. Anika Patel's cat.
That's so great.
So, tonight, however, we're actually going to be starting on Baldwin Island in a very small, quiet, but very peaceful room located in one of the older parts of this particular area of Los Angeles. While surrounded by the future that is Los Angeles 2119 and those huge megaplexes, these towering skyscrapers, an alien skyline that's just exploding with neon lights and spotlights and flying cars. there is a section of LA that still resembles what it looked like before it was destroyed. Baldwin Island is one of those places. And the bedroom we're starting in today, as your eyes slowly open, Oya, is that you are dealing. Oh my God, you're doing everything.
Future Numa?
So
Why am I in your bed?
This is becoming a Goldilocks thing.
Oh my.
This is an oh my moment.
We have to sleep over.
This is true.
So Oya, as your eyes open, even though you've rested a full 8 hours, you wake up still feeling that level of exhaustion. That it's been 3 days now since your trek out into the wilderness, your talk with Dr. Patel, the revelations that have all hit. Everyone is trying to process now that everyone's sort of realizing that you're all on rails, but that the one clutch strategy that you have in your back pocket is the existence of you, who has been able to send Luma back and try again and try again. The knowledge that there are future versions of you who have died repeatedly. And knowing, too, that you are the linchpin and the scheme that's going to help save the world, supposedly. Everyone else has been keeping busy. Cass has been checking in on you, being that she's your closest friend. But right now, you're definitely feeling that... You're definitely starting to feel a little bit of that isolation. Not because nobody's reaching out to you, because it's clear that there's no one on this planet, literally no one on this planet right now, that can understand what you must be feeling. And we begin tonight with the shouts of your mother downstairs. Mm-hmm. You knew this day was coming. There have been few days that you've had to plan for and brace for more than this day. Today is the day your mother puts up holiday decorations. Today is the day she pulls them all out from storage and starts shouting at everyone to help her over-decorate the house in as much holiday cheer as possible. Now that we're entering the holiday season and the temperature is dropping a little bit, and by dropping, of course, and by LA standards, we're meaning a nice, frigid, icy 78 degrees outside.
Hey, it gets down to
It
40.
can.
It was 34 like a bunch of times in the year of our perk 2019 recently.
Just want to point out that was during a massive blizzard. Yes, Jody, massive blizzard storm that was hitting the Midwest. But
Yeah.
typical Los Angeles weather during Christmas, especially at this particular, around this time of year in December, 78 degrees. Still hasn't made up its mind. Of course, it's not technically winter yet because it's still early December. But so that is what you wake up to, Oya. A mild, like, drowsiness in your eyes as they slowly crack open to reveal the sunlight that's coming through your window. Again, your alarm is beeping, beep, beep, from when you set it to go off 2 hours ago. There's a couple of messages on your ocular units coming in. Most of them, none of them are priority, but you do get a couple from Cass checking on you. And I'm sure if anybody else has left a message with you, the team has kind of taken a moment to process everything that's happening and determine what its next move is going to be. So you have this morning to process everything that's happening and wake up. And the shouting noise of your joyous, happy/rage mother downstairs is just adding to that atmosphere.
Okay. I can get up. I roll over and I start to get up, and I'm like, no, gotta check my messages first. And I pull up Cass's messages, you said?
Mm-hmm. It's just a text message. It's very... You know, Cass, that when she does message you on these things, she likes to be as discreet as possible. So as to not, like, she doesn't necessarily leave voicemails or image mails or anything like that. It's always just a text and just says, hey, just checking up on you. Don't forget to drink electrolytes in case you puke again.
And the other one?
Hey, it's Cass, just checking up on you. Wait, I think I just did this. Okay, love you.
I'm going to reply and say, got both your messages. What's an electrolyte? Just kidding. I'm fine.
Okay. We do a hard cut to Cass walking the streets of LA 2119. As she's walking down the street, she gets the message, sees it pop up, sees you, reads the line, "What's an electrolyte? Just kidding." And there's a resignation on her face where she nods, realizing that you are okay right now. Turns it off and continues walking, just as somebody starts to approach her for her autograph. You sit up in bed, and the noises downstairs continue.
Okay. Is it like her yelling at someone or just telling me, like calling to me?
It's one of those things that she does. My mother used to do this all the time in real life. When she wanted someone to do the dishes and she was tired of telling people, she would make as much noise as possible while she did those dishes, dropping the dishwasher open, pulling the tray out, clanging the plates together. She wanted you to make damn sure that you knew that she was doing them and you weren't. Your mother's kind of doing the exact same tactic. And every now and then you hear her say, "I don't know, what do you think? Does this look good on this wall? Oh, I'm alone. I guess I'll do this myself."
I roll out of bed and put on it's warm out, so I guess just put on just have my pajamas on and put on some slippers and pad down the stairs. And head straight for the kitchen for coffee.
Yeah, the smell of coffee is just emanating everywhere. As you head straight into the kitchen, you hear, "Oh yeah."
Yes, Mommy.
You're going right past the living room and straight into the kitchen.
Yes, Mommy.
Well, you see the problem with your trajectory?
Mommy, I'm gonna help. I just need some coffee first.
I don't want help. Come here. She moves over to you. She's like, "You enjoy your coffee." She moves right up to you. You can tell she's been at this for a while, and as she moves up, just the way the curls of her hair are kind of spilled across the sides of her face, you can tell just from the aura around her that she's acting like she's got attitude, but she is, you know your mom, she's never happier than when she's prepping for the holidays. And seeing you seems to have dispelled a lot of that rage. She just comes over and she kisses you on the side of your cheek, wraps her arms around you and pats your back like she's trying to burp you. And then she just goes, "Go get your coffee, sweet pea."
Okay, do you want some?
No, I've already had 3 cups. She moves back into the living room.
No kidding.
Oh, and Mija, just so you know, Cass has been calling you again. She left me a message earlier.
She left you a message? What did she say? What did she say?
Hey, just trying to get a hold of Cass. No, sorry. Just trying to get a hold of Oya. Could you pour me another cup of coffee?
Yes.
She goes back to going over to these cheap stencil decorations and these green wreaths that are just clearly fake but are scented, putting them up on the wall. She's just, "Why do I still have this thing?" She puts it, "I need to throw this away." No,
I come back in with 2 cups of coffee and hand her one.
She takes it and she says, "Have you seen your puppy?"
Not today, not this week.
He's... If you do see him, just give him a hug. He's having a rough time.
Oh, because of the Measure Z stuff?
She nods and says, "I told him, baby, you got what you wanted. Now the work begins."
Yeah, about that. I'm glad he got what he wanted. You know, the corpse out of LA and local leaders, Baldwin Island, and the people who've been actually leading the communities for decades will get their say in things, hopefully, now.
So when are you joining city council?
When am I joining city council? Mommy, I told you I don't want to do that.
I'm just saying it's something you could do while you make your virtual worlds. You could do both. Why couldn't you do both?
Making my virtual worlds isn't like a little pastime. It's a career choice.
Well, then, I don't know. Maybe when you get older and retire, you could do it. And there's a lot of old people in the city council.
Yeah?
And she sips the mug. I'm just saying you have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of ideas, and this means a lot to you. You're very... What's the word that Cass always uses? You're an activist. I'm just saying, if not on city council, maybe, I don't know, a lawyer.
Mom?
I'm just saying, you could go to law school and build your virtual worlds, couldn't you?
This will be the 12th time you brought up law school?
I'm just looking out for you. I just want you to be happy. Look, if you look me in the eyes and tell me that building these computer simulations and whatnot, if that's what you really want to do, of course I support that. But I'd like to see you also apply what you also love about activism, for example. I mean, could you bring that into what you do, maybe?
Well, sure, yeah. Like design a soup for people who want to organize a digital protest. Like that, you mean?
Are there digital protests?
Oh yeah, you could totally like clog up someone's system by like organizing a digital protest where everyone just like floods their system right there at the same time. They go to their profile or website or whatever.
Okay. He sips the coffee.
Oh, that's a good idea, Mommy. Actually, maybe I'll do that. So you would like have everyone go to the website at the same time, and then their avatar would populate, and there would be a digital like rendering of them flooding the website. So it's like they're outside of their building, and then all of these
She
avatars
leans over
are
and
there,
kisses
like,
you on the cheek and says,
protesting.
"Let me know when you want to help me decorate, okay, baby?"
No, I think I should really like flesh this out more. Don't you think, Mom? It was your idea. I think
Yes,
it's
you
brilliant.
can flesh this out more, but this is not going to work if you're going to try to use this to get out of helping me decorate.
Oh, okay. Where's the tinsel?
It's right over there. Finish your coffee first. I have a lot to tell you. So I was getting my nails done yesterday. She goes over and proceeds to tell you the DNA of her day from start to finish, what it was like waking up, what her sinuses were doing to her, but then how she got through that. And then like you sit there, and even though your mom is just unleashing what normal people would consider completely irrelevant information, the truth of the matter is in the light of everything that's been happening to you in your life right now, Oya, nothing could be more welcome than hearing your mom talk about not liking the nail color she got and having to pay for a second round. Going back after being assured that it was going to match her complexion fine, and then discovering that it was completely wrong. And then your mom goes into a tear about this woman, obviously has no idea how to give people of color the right pigments for their nails, and like goes on and on and on and on, but then turns it around at the end going, but she was a lovely person. And in the end, we ended up exchanging phone numbers and we're having coffee later. And then just like going on and on and on and on, barely taking a breath. And as your morning begins to wrap up, you help your mom decorate and move on. The rest of you are at, I think, where did you guys decide to position yourselves at the beginning of this game? Are you back at Blue Dolphin? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I am not yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, are you? So am I remoting?
Remoting.
The Amelia bus?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm just walking around town. I'm doing groceries.
Oh, good.
Okay.
We'll be calling Oya soon.
You know
Okay.
where she's parked, so
What-
just let me know when you need to fly her back, and I'll be working.
Oh my God, this is our equivalent of a shopping episode, apparently.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll just say this that
Yeah.
you're walking into the. I don't know.
I can
Sam.
call Oya from the store.
Sure. I'm just thinking, like, Sam, gee, I don't know. We didn't actually, when we were building this world, we didn't actually address the very crucial question: does Ralph's exist in 2119? Does Trader Joe's?
I like to support local markets.
Yeah,
Okay,
which we have in
local-
spades in Raft City.
Farmers markets everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Though
That
we
would
do
make a lot
also
of sense.
have in the lore document that
right, we do.
Pyramid
That's right.
Star does a lot of logistics, which includes food distribution, though the food itself is generally cast.
So then are you
It's
and
a
Ralph?
mix of both. I will be heading to mainland for essential things like fruit snacks and this weird energy drink that Lacey drinks all the time, which is usually not stocked on the local boats
Art mirrors
that are come
life.
by. The floating farmers markets, as it were.
Okay.
It says on the list, super gross caffeine drink thing, parentheses Lacey.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to say it would just logistically, it would make sense that any market that's anywhere near Raft City would probably try to position itself as close to Raft City as possible.
Yes.
To compensate for the fact that it's probably got a big demand for people coming from Raft City. So it's about 4 blocks away, and near the boundaries of where Los Angeles leaves that old feel where, again, from C-Day, from the day of the cataclysm that destroyed most of LA, it starts to bleed into new Los Angeles 2119 that everyone's familiar with, the big futuristic skylines. So you do see some of the older sites like street lamps, which you hardly see anymore, at least ones that come out of the ground by metal post and aren't just hovering in the air. You do see a lot of like strange artifacts from the time of almost 100 years ago as you're walking through this open area. But you've arrived on a street that doesn't go anywhere anymore. It's essentially a big city block that doesn't actually connect to any main roads. A lot of the buildings around this area have become bars and like old arcades. But in this case, it is on this day, it is filled with people milling about as the big farmers market has essentially been set up that lines 2 city blocks. All around, this is a big time of month, and especially with the holidays in proximity, this place is being flooded right now. And the smell of pumpkin spice is everywhere, blending with that bitter California salty sea air. It creates
delicious,
yummy
pumpkin spice caramel. That sounds incredible.
Is that what's
Add a
coming to
little
mind?
seaweed on top of that. Don't forget my honey whiskey. Oh, don't worry.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
Just making sure.
I know already. Look, and I look down into my bag, and there's like 4 bottles. I got it, okay, Hops? Thank you. All right. Thank you. I'll see you later.
In the background, you hear coffee. Just cuts off.
Oh, coffee. Oh, I got a cold. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Run to the right stand.
Okay. What are you going for? Coffee?
I don't know. I'm going for the coffee,
It
but I don't know what cafecita is.
Get the supplier's name from Oya.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says it on the
It
list.
specifically says it. Get supplier from Oya.
You're filling up your coffee mug in your kitchen when you start seeing Luma's name appear across the ocular lens of your contacts.
Hello. Hi. Oh, perfect. You're drinking coffee, Sita. What is it?
What's what? Cafecito?
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna let you see through me. And you are now looking at a stand of a bunch of varieties of coffee bags full of grounds. Which one is it? And I get closer and just like look at all of them.
Do you see Cafe Bustelo there?
Do you have coffee, Bustela?
There's a very large man, very like thick beard, dark black hair, and olive colored skin. He looks up from you. He's wearing a pretty big heavy T-shirt with like. It's like that thick cotton T-shirt with metal bands written all across it. He looks up and goes, "What was that?"
Say it again.
Cafe Bustelo.
Cafe Bustelo.
Cafe Bustelo.
Yeah, I want
Reaches
you
down.
to give me every bag you have.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Every bag I have?
I don't mean some. I mean every.
I've got 45 bags.
That will probably do it.
You want 40? You got it. Coming right up. You want 45
Wait,
bags?
I've got a shuttle. Do you mind just like loading up the crates at the end of the dock?
Yeah, no, sure.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go home early today. He starts setting it up. You see him pulling up these crates, sets them down.
Right.
They're these like plastic wrapped crates of these coffee packages. All of these, and then these are Puerto Rican. Am I correct? Or are they Italian?
They might be Mexican.
Mexican?
I'm not sure where they're from.
Okay, so he starts piling
they're
it up.
good.
The smell of this coffee.
Ooh.
He just starts piling it up and piling it up and piling up. 45 bags. That's pretty.
They're about this big.
Yeah.
So-
It's like a pack of.
It's a
ground.
pack.
He goes,
How many cups does that make?
It's a lot.
We'll be fine for a
Oh,
while.
I am super not worried. I just know
Okay.
Sal drinks a lot of cafecita.
Yeah.
We all do.
We all definitely do, but
I
I
drink
think
super fast
Sal
caffeine.
beats us all.
Sal does beat us all. I spiked mine, so whoopsie doodle.
all right, that'll come out to $1,587.60.
Here you go.
He takes scans the chip and hands it back to you and goes,
Luma, where do we get that money?
Do you not remember my vandalism escapades with a MacBoard? Oh. You're welcome.
Sugar mama.
Hello. Thank you.
Coffee mama.
nothing like,
Mama.
nothing like.
With sugar. I like it sweet.
Let's be honest. Risking your life during a magboard race, almost dying, winning $50,000+ and then cashing it in on coffee. Luma, you're the hero
You are
everyone
the hero of the
deserves.
game.
Thank you very much.
Not just forget about the whole going back in time and saving.
I'm buying all of these groceries. This is going to be quite an expenditure.
Yeah,
All right.
especially with the girls.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I know. All the setup.
They're
and the
being
equipment's
ready
gonna-
right now.
Oh, good.
So, loading this all up onto
Yeah.
onto the truck that you keep
Continue
calling it.
shopping, all of the things. It's all things.
we still on
and
the
I've
phone?
got. We're
yeah.
still. Oh, sorry. Hi. How is everything, by the way? How's your mom?
Oh, my mom is great. I've been helping her decorate for Christmas.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. She loves it, as you can see.
It looks beautiful.
So much tinsel. Yeah. You know what? I think since you're getting the good stuff, the coffee.
Yes.
Maybe I'll bring like a better coffee maker from home, like a really good old school kind of thing.
That would save me having to go all the way to the mainland to get that part.
Yeah.
The farmer's market does not have those kinds of things.
Yeah. My mom has a really big like steel pot that it's hard to describe, but it's like kind of shaped like
Like a kettle?
yeah, like a kettle.
Oh, yeah. My mom's got a kettle, too. She only brews tea,
And you put the
though.
water on the bottom, and then you put the grounds in this tray in the center, and then it boils up, and there you go. That's how you really drink cafecito.
I can't wait.
It's like the cowboy spit one, like the one you put on the
Yeah,
fire.
exactly.
Yeah. My grandma has one.
I think
That was
I
Hobbs.
sense that you said that.
That was not a Hobbs thing. That was a funny thing.
All right, I've got to go. The girls are ready. I got to go. Bye.
Bye. Does she mean actual girls or her boobs? I'll ask her later.
As the connection cuts off and you ponder this philosophical question, you see the transmission end, and you hear from behind you, down the hall, sort of back in the living room because you're back in the kitchen refilling your coffee cup. You hear, "Mom." Let's see.
Hello?
You hear, "Hello."
I go investigate.
You step into the living room, and as you step into one doorway, coming through the other doorway, you see the man you saw in Blue Dolphin Days, wearing the same clothes. He's wearing a red jacket very similar to yours, stands at about a little over 6 feet tall, shallow beard, steps into the room and mirrors your reaction upon seeing him, stops and goes, "You again."
You again? Why are you in my house?
This is my house.
No, this is my house.
No, this is my house.
This is my house.
This is my house.
Is he corporeal? Like,
No, you can see from his waist down, you can see right through him to the stairs leading up to your bedroom.
you have no legs. This is my house. Like,
You don't have any
literally
legs.
not here right
Fades
now.
away right in front of you.
I shouldn't have argued. Come back, please.
Your mother walks up to you and says,
Hello?
"I'm right here, Speed."
Oh, Mom. Sorry. Sorry.
"Do you need more coffee?"
No. No, maybe I'm drinking too much coffee.
"Maybe you're drinking too much coffee. I better take that from you." She takes it right out of your hands and double fisting it, walks back over to like her decorations. And she's like, "Do you think there's too much Jesus on this mantle?"
Yes.
"I have 4 mangers and I don't know which one to use, so I just use them all."
I mean, maybe if you like spread them around the house or something, it's just like a concentration of mangers. It's like they're competing against each other, like a battle of the mangers.
I like that.
You like the battle of the mangers?
Yes. But I won't do that because your grandmother would roll over in her grave. And she sips and says, "I'm going to get a box and put this away and then move this upstairs. Do you want a manger in your room?"
Yes.
Okay. You said yes.
I think that's
She-
the correct answer.
She goes, "Baby, did you put creamer in this?" And moves back into the kitchen. You're alone in this living room again. It feels different this time, Oya. The last time this person appeared to you, it felt like, for a split second, it felt like It felt like it does. Maybe the best way to describe it is if you were in a car driving down the highway and somebody just happened to be going the same speed as you for a split second. You two looked through the windows at each other and then the car moved on. This time felt a little different. This time felt like you two were in the same room together. And then you weren't. Last time it felt like passing by. This time it felt like passing through. And there's really no way to describe that to anybody who doesn't understand what it's like to be able to manipulate space-time like you can. And standing in the living room, just looking out over there, the only thing that's even more miraculous about this is clearly your mom didn't see him or hear the exchange between the two of you. She was standing about 10 feet away.
Okay. I'm assuming I haven't really moved from the spot.
No,
where I
you're
was
just
when I saw it.
standing there still looking at that open way that leads into the main hallway.
I want to just try to focus on where I saw him
Okay.
and see if I can tap into whatever frequency we were on together.
Again, that sort of frustrating feeling you get when you're trying to understand what it is you do. You've managed to find ways to channel it. You know the power's there, especially because you've heard confirmation that a future version of you has mastered it, apparently. And as you're sitting here trying to focus, just imagining his face again. That narrow face, those confused eyes, the furrowed brow, the graying hair, the shallow beard, those deep brown eyes. You do think you're starting to see a little bit of the image appear in front of you. Again, a little bit like a ghost, like an outline. But the moment you start reacting to it, think of it like meditation, where you're calming your mind to free yourself from thoughts, and the first thing that happens is, oh, I'm not thinking anymore, which is a thought, and then bam, you're back into your mind. It's the same sort of reaction of just as you're focusing, you're like, and then it's gone.
I'll try again.
Do you want to spend intellect points?
Yes.
Okay, if you burn 3 intellect points, but you've got edge, don't you?
I have edge.
So at cost, 3 intellect points is going to get absorbed by your edge rating. Because you added
Coffee Mama's proud of you.
So just so our audience knows, you added you basically leveled up your character some. didn't
Leveled
you?
up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You set your jaw and focus on your breathing. Even though it has taken some time to come to a mastery of your abilities, Oya, the truth is the more and more you've had these episodes, these moments in time that are not time, but are time, these weird contradictions that seem to just happen around you, from your hands and the fluttering in front of your face, the sort of like weird special effect where your fingers are leaving trails of your fingers, to watching future versions of yourself appear before you, you become more and more familiar with just the feeling of space-time around you. It's not that terrifying ticking clock that you always thought it would be. Instead, it's like a river, and you're able to just focus for a moment. And instead of going for effect, you just open yourself up, breathe, and try to picture him again. And the image that begins to appear before you of him reveals a man who looks like they're in the process of trying to do the same thing.
Cool.
And the two of you are staring at each other. It's ghost-like. It's not anywhere near as sharp as it was last time. And the two of you kind of open your eyes and regard each other at the same moment.
Hi.
Are you me?
I was gonna ask the exact same thing.
Then that's a yes.
I don't know how, but I think I'm you and you're me.
I like your jacket better than mine.
Yours is pretty cool too. I like your headband. It's more like a rocker thing. Mine is kind of girly.
Oh, this is to actually, he pulls up the headband and you can't see exactly what it is, but he's like, it's to hide an implant I got. I had an injury when I was a kid.
Oh.
It just looks kind of weird. I thought, it's on my hairline, and I get questions about it all the time. Do you have one of these?
No.
Oh. It's not like a computer thing or anything. It's mostly just to help stimulate the front part of my brain.
Wait, so is your world like my world?
I don't know. Do you have stuff like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have Pyramid Star? And do you have corpse like Nistral and Cassium?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Do you know about Fletcher Krause?
Yeah.
You do? Holy shit! Is it an interdimensional being in your reality?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh. Did you just find out that you can send people back in time and that it kills you?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my
And
god.
that you've died like a bunch of times.
How messed up is that? Why did we get that card?
Messed up. Like, how am I supposed to live knowing that that's my fate? I'm just stuck in this weird loop of always trying to save the world and my friends and always dying.
I don't know. This is weird. But you're obviously not in my timeline. You're from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't get this at all. I can control time. Can you control time?
Yeah.
You can warp space-time?
Huh? How did you get your powers?
Luma.
Canister of...
It was yes.
Yeah.
The canister of the Callisto energy source.
It happened the way ours did. Did you know it was Luma at the time, or you thought it was someone else?
No. When he gave us our energy, we thought...
Luma's a guy?
Well, Luma's kind of whatever they want to be. But at the time, he was Dr. Patel.
We've lost Sam.
We broke Sam.
We've lost Sam. Sam's no longer with us, everyone. They'll be back momentarily.
I was excited, okay? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt anything. Please continue being emotional. I apologize. I just got so excited.
Amazing.
Ask them about the others.
Sam EXE has stopped working.
I want to know. Reboot, right?
Did you lose a shoe?
Reboot!
Oh, you're rebooted.
Go back to story now.
Seriously, we need a show on GNS where it's Darren, DePaul, and Sam just punning for 30 minutes. I just want to see it.
Go back to
see it.
show.
We should
Really don't
hashtag
believe me.
GNS,
I'm
make
in
this
blue
happen.
dolphin face. I'm not here.
All right, so the incredulous look on his face as he's disseminating this information, he's like, it's just really weird that all of a sudden we can connect like this.
Yeah.
All I can figure is you're from an alternate reality.
Right.
How much longer do we have to talk? Do you know?
No,
How are you?
I can't tell. I don't know. It just feels like we finally locked in and we're able to stay here together.
All right. Well, think. What's happened that would be important to you? Do you have a
Malevolent virus that's sentient?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it a like a broken coded kind of thing?
Yeah.
Do you have a technopath named Lacey as well?
Yes. Yes.
Man, this is so cool and so terrifying. Are you also Jewish?
No.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Afro Latinx.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I don't. That's really cool. That. Man, I wonder how many different versions of us are out there.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a way to connect to the others too.
Wait.
I wonder if we could all team up against Fletcher. I wonder if we could all somehow
Yeah.
get every Callisto 6 that exists out there. And,
Yes. All of them.
But how do we do that if sending people back in
All of
time kills us? If bridging the gap between two realities, what would happen to us then?
What if I try to come to you right now?
Could you get back? What if I came to you? Could we cross that barrier? Would Fletcher notice he's interdimensional?
Maybe if we figure out some kind of anchor for one of us, like something to call us back to our original reality.
Do you guys have to go to the moon as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Which, what?
that's wild. We actually shot that plan down.
Why?
We're going to try to intercept the power source when it gets back from the moon.
Pretty logical, actually.
Dr. Patel thinks that's a bad idea, though, because we don't know what happens when somehow Fletcher gets a hold of it when it comes back. We don't know how he gets a hold of it.
Well, he has all these clones everywhere, so I'm guessing he uses some of them.
Yeah. Do you also have a Dr. Jerome in your reality?
Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah.
What's your Dr. Jerome doing? Because ours is in custody, at least.
Oh, ours is dead.
Oh.
Yeah. We made friends with a cybernetic woman that kind of has like a no safety on her guns, and she shot him in the face during one of our fights. It's pretty recently.
Did you? We have her too.
Yeah?
Not have her, but she's with us now. And we kind of like deprogrammed her from all of her brainwashing programming.
Brainwashing?
Yeah, she's one of Fletcher's clones. Are we talking about the same?
You're talking about Onin. No. I'm talking about Koschy.
Oh, okay.
Do you have
Got
Koschy
it.
in your...
We have a Koschy.
Okay.
And yes, okay, that makes more sense now. Okay.
Oh, okay. Tell me about your Onin.
Well, she was kind of like the right-hand clone of Fletcher Krause.
Yeah. Our version of that, they were also the right-hand version of Fletcher, and wicked good with semi-automatic pistols.
Well, ours was is an amazing martial artist, and she
This is
also had
wild.
some really cool tricks that she could do. She could like make different images of herself appear and take down a whole group of tactical officers, and she was
Wow.
pretty badass. Still is.
You start feeling the connection fade a little bit.
Oh,
And
hey.
He goes, oh, no.
Hey.
We're losing this.
Okay, we should figure out how to do this like an anchor or something. And
Yeah. I'm going to go tell my team what we
yeah,
did.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Okay.
We're like totally the same person.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Oh, man. I just wonder...
What is your name?
Ollie, what's your name?
Oh yeah.
Weird.
So weird.
The universe is weird.
It's really weird. Universes.
How many variations of our O name could there possibly be in the multiverse, I wonder?
Maybe we'll find out.
Oh, man. Is your last name Guffrey?
Guillen.
That's...
Pretty close.
Probably didn't get... Ollie Guffrey got me teased a lot, so they just called me the McGuffin every day at school. Yeah, I didn't even know what that meant for a while. I was better than Guff. But anyway... Oh, no, we're losing this. Okay, I will try to connect you. He fades away.
I want to send a message to everyone right now.
Take out my tablet.
On the C6 emergency frequency.
Yeah.
The logo pops up. C6 emergency frequency. You're all being contacted by Oya. The first person to answer is Cass. It's like she was waiting for this call. What's up? What's happening? Are you there? Is everything okay? Do I need to beat the shit out of somebody?
Nope. We need to meet right now.
Where do we need to meet?
Anywhere.
And
I'm on my way to Blue Dolphin.
Okay, Blue Dolphin is great.
meeting at Blue Dolphin.
Okay.
And I
Hi, Cass.
don't I don't need to kick anyone's ass.
Nope. No, the opposite. Whatever.
What is the opposite?
Not
Anton chimes in and goes, I believe that would probably be patting someone's ass. And I don't recommend we do that.
Consent.
Yeah.
Just me. Okay, we
Pops
gotta
has
meet.
got it. Oh, so you just kill the channel. You can already sense, you know this group so well, you can already sense that a tangent is starting to build.
Yeah.
You're going to be on the phone for the next 5 minutes talking about nothing, going off to nowhere. And you, see you in a minute. Kill the line. Just canonizing our group dynamic here into the game. But I love it. We all love it. So,
Imitates.
Right. Call Lacey.
Yeah.
Think we need to reroute to pick up Oya.
All right, school bus it is.
Amelia banking hard in the air, she starts turning towards Baldwin City.
Yep.
Which is actually in the direction of where you were going to pick up Luma on the way, so it doesn't really.
I'm on the ship. I'm rerouting.
Oh, okay.
My shopping is
Oh,
done.
that's right. You already done.
because,
it.
Yeah.
Amelia
Loaded
was
up.
parked near Luma to be near Luma, but it's pretty easy to just swing southeast a minute and then loop around. Pick up everyone.
Okay, you're headed to Blue Dolphin Base, or were you already there?
I was already there. My ma is in a production of the Nutcracker. So she's been in rehearsal. Again, all virtual reality, so I don't understand it.
Oh, that's awesome. That means we can
She's on the
attend.
Minecraft server right now. The Geek
Her
Center.
avatar is in a production of the Nutcracker, so she's been in rehearsals for weeks, and it's really weird.
Who's she playing?
I don't even know. Some rat.
I hope she's King Rat. That'd be awesome.
I don't think she's the king, but she's definitely a rat, and I think she's like playing a lot. Maybe Trina before. I don't know, but I have to go see it. Apparently, I got to wear the things, the goggles.
I love the small. Those are my favorite roles, though.
You can do that in Second Life, just so you know.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Side note, I was cast as Puck in Midsummer Night's Dream, and then got recast as Demetrius when the lead actor pulled out.
Huh.
I hated that.
Puck is the best.
Or not Puck. I'm sorry. I was Snug the Joiner. Sorry.
Yeah, anyone from that side of the story is a real good
Any
yeah.
hard-headed man now.
I was Helena. We were lovers.
I was Hermia.
Oh my gosh.
We have a whole
We have,
cast.
like, a whole
right
Next
here.
week on Callisto 6.
Yeah.
Geek and
All right.
Sundry.
So-
Shakespeare.
So headed back to Baldwin Island. As the transport's on the way, there is a knock at the door. Their ETA is about 5 minutes. There's a knock at the front door, and you hear your mom say, "Honey, can you get that?"
Yeah, I got it, Mom. I go and open the door. I probably peek first.
There's a young woman standing out front.
Okay. I don't
By
recognize
herself.
her?
Yes.
I do recognize her.
You do recognize her. You saw her at a restaurant when you guys were all sitting down
Oh
talking.
no. Reporter.
Yes.
Okay.
You see it's a very familiar looking young woman
I don't
standing
know.
outside.
Casey Montgomery.
She's standing there kind of looking around.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for Oya Guilin.
Who's asking?
My name is Casey Montgomery. I'm a reporter for the Los Angeles Times.
That's nice. What do you want?
I'd like to speak to Oya I'm so sorry.
About what?
About her role in the rising. I want to talk to her about being a superhero. I want to ask her if she can get on board with doing an interview with me so we can get ahead of the message before the corporate overlords try to turn you all into villains.
Yeah. I just fly the door open and I say,
She responds immediately like
I
she knew
can't
it was you
decide if-
talking. She goes, I already had a conversation with Anton. I already know his reply. He's going to be super pissed that I'm talking to you, but I need to reach out to you guys.
how did you get my address?
I'm a reporter.
That is a privacy violation or something.
It's totally a privacy violation.
I decide to usher her out and close the door behind me so we're on the front side.
Okay, you get outside and she's like, I'm really sorry. I'm coming to you because the truth of the matter is I believe in what you guys are doing. And the longer you guys are quiet, that's writing its own story. And pretty soon, other people are going to start writing your story for you, and then you're not going to have a say in who you really are anymore. I just want to give you all a voice.
I gotta discuss with the rest of my team.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I don't want to ambush you with an interview, but Anton shut me down, and I don't think it's fair that he makes the decision for all of you.
He doesn't make the decisions for all of us, and I know what you're doing, and it's not gonna work.
It might work.
No, it's not.
I'm making a good point.
Are you though?
Yes. The longer you don't you understand that saying nothing is saying something?
We can't just admit who we are.
Everybody knows.
No, they don't. Not everyone. My mom doesn't know. My dad
She doesn't?
know. I don't know. She hasn't said anything to me about it.
Look, I know your dad's a city councilman, and I know that you're involved in all of this somehow. It's going to come out eventually. It's either going to be me, it's going to be somebody else. If you turn me away, I will go away. But this is not going to go away.
What, you know what? Okay, here. I pull up, I have like not a dummy email account, but like a pseudonym that I use for my freelance projects,
Sure.
especially since all this started happening.
Right.
So I pull up that email address and I send it to her digitally.
Pops up in her Oculus.
Send me
You on main.
your previous stories.
Okay.
Send me everything that I need to know about you so that I know you're not going to try to spin this and make a name for yourself. And sensationalize who we are.
That's totally fair. Unfortunately, that's going to work against me.
Okay, why? Just tell me right now then.
Because they wouldn't let me cover any major stories. I kept getting put on the beat of like covering funerals or sporting events that I had nothing to do with. I'm right out of college. I don't really have that much of a portfolio. I'm not really a reporter yet. I'm trying to be a reporter.
Do you have like a blog or something?
I have a blog, yeah. If you want to read my blog,
Yeah.
It's mostly music reviews.
What kind of music?
Hip hop.
Okay. I was preparing for the worst.
And
We don't know what hip hop.
And I really like Viking metal. It's kind of a thing. It's just a thing.
Those are some pretty diverse musical tastes.
I have a very large catalog. I like swinging. Look, it's a personal blog, okay? I don't actually, I'll give you my music blog, but if you don't mind, getting back to me as soon as you can. You guys are already being trailed.
Are you?
Well, no, but if it took me this long to figure out where you live.
Point taken.
Facial recognition technology is a bitch. And the truth is you guys have all appeared on the news now. More than once.
You're right. Okay, yeah.
There's a low roaring sound as you can hear Amelia in the distance getting closer. You can actually see her on the horizon.
Well, my ride's almost here. And that's gonna freak you out, so you should probably leave now.
You know, I'll just take your word for that. She stops and goes, Cassian buried the story about that mutant thing that was smashed into the windshield of that car.
Of course they did.
I don't let Nystral tell me what to do. No one at my newspaper does. Just consider that. I'm not going to say that we don't have corporate fingers in our business. That's just impossible, but anyway, just think about that. I don't want to be a shill any more than you do.
Yeah.
And when you tell Anton you saw me, just break this kind of easy. I don't think he is going to be very happy about it.
I'll talk to my team.
She starts to look up in the sky as Amelia is just... And at this point, this dropship swoops in. You see she's on the front doorstep talking to somebody. You don't have to squint your eyes, really. You can
remember.
guess who she is, yeah. As the airship banks around, a lot of the kids that were downstairs, further down the hill, are all starting to flock up the hill as seeing this airship come swooping in.
We are not subtle about being superheroes.
Nope.
Her hair's whipping around her face. She just pulls her bangs back.
You're gonna give us that technology.
She goes, okay. That's the same ship that was doing the rescue on the night of the tower falling.
Yeah.
And the same one that was seen over the skies of Los Angeles when you guys were trying to stop Dr. Jerome Morrow from escaping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not even a reporter and I'm figuring this stuff out. I'm just saying,
5 stars on the list.
Okay.
she starts
Hello and
moving
welcome
down.
to Bedelia Earhart. We are now boarding all first-class passengers.
You hear this coming. You hear this coming out of this, like from this speaker coming out. It's loud enough that the kids downstairs that are running up the hills can hear it. And the platform.
I turn around to the reporter and I say, "See, it's not superheroes. It's just Air Bedelia Airlines."
You can guess
just kinda
by the way she leans forward, she didn't hear any of that under the roar of the
I
airship.
yell it. See, it's not. It's not. Whatever I just said.
She's shouting at her, and the reporter is going.
I send her a message.
You're like,
See?
sick.
It's like, this joke is good, damn it. This
And she
joke
just
is
goes-
good. You're gonna laugh.
Yeah. See.
Just
And I'm
standing on the
kind of,
platform.
Text
walking
you
backwards
back.
up the ramp.
Text you back. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have had the wrong people. Is what she texts back. The
Yeah.
snark just dripping from the text message. You see this young woman. Looks like probably she's fresh out of college. You see the data pad she has at her side. She dresses kind of like. It's not a huge leap to say. When you found out she was a reporter, it was not surprising.
Yeah.
The way she carries herself, the way she dresses, the way she's kind of hounding you guys. Like you see her as she's looking up at all of you. She just sees the glowing holographic skull mask leaning out the side of the out of the ship, and she just waves back and continues leaving.
Can I make an out of character suggestion to Sam for a second?
What's up?
Can, as Lacey, make sure she's not recording anything from her contacts, because that means she has all of that on video.
That's
make-
nice for her. Lacey's way too far away.
right.
They can pilot Amelia remotely, but any other kind of technical
Oh, that's
manipulation.
right. You're not on
Yeah,
the
no,
ship.
I'm chilling at Blue Dolphin Base right now.
Oh, that's right. I got confused.
That announcement is a pre-record. At the end of it, you can hear. Hang on, did I do
gotta
that right? You can do
pre-record.
another take. Yeah, it was great. So like, it was a whole thing, but the engine tends to roar over that part.
Edit that out of the recording.
Yeah.
Why bother?
Why not? That's the best part.
Technical skills, aesthetic.
I couldn't let them. It really made the message better.
It's better. It's better.
It's great.
I was just thinking to myself, oh no.
Yep.
Doesn't
No.
matter.
Oh,
Cool, cool.
Hey, Oya.
Hey.
Can't that girl write a letter? Why does she keep showing up?
Yeah. She found my house.
You're super rude. Just
Super
leave us
rude.
a note.
Thank you.
All right.
So we're
Right,
gonna
come on in. Mind the girls. You see a bunch of crates,
Yep.
and there are noises.
Yep.
Does Oya know what's going on? Lisa,
You can check.
does Oya know what's going on?
You'll have to ask them. Being that the GM isn't entirely sure what's going on, I'm gonna guess Oya doesn't know what's going on.
If you needed to see the
I say that as I walk forward. Investigate at your leisure.
What's going on?
Ooh! I run over, pop the top. You see a bunch of chickens.
little baby chicks.
Why? What?
That one's Cordelia, that one's Hermia, that one's Helena. They like each other a whole bunch. And then the little one is Hero and Viola, and that one's my favorite. Her name is Beatrice. She bites. Don't touch her.
My favorite thing about this is that I just caught you looking at your notes, which means you wrote down all of the names
Yes.
and have planned.
Yes,
I thoroughly appreciate you.
Beatrice bites.
Beatrice bites. Why? Are we growing chickens? Are we gonna start a hatchery on Blue Dolphin Base?
Well, I mean, we need fertilizer and we need to grow things. You know, stuff for Sal and Oniko.
That's a very good idea.
It's great for the lab, too.
Are they gonna have enough natural light? Did you get some lamps or something? You should get some daylight lamps.
Trust me. We're on it.
Oh, this is actually really exciting.
Hurry back so I can play with the chickens.
Great.
Submerging once again into the frigid waters of the Pacific Ocean, out near what used to be Catalina Island, Channel Islands Harbor, which is of course now submerged beneath the waves. You watched the lapping seawater splashing up onto the cockpit of the ship as you all dive deep into the blues of the ocean. And after a few moments, you come across the familiar hazy glow of Blue Dolphin Bay, situated 60 feet below the surface. Just enough sunlight getting down here at the 60-foot range. It's kind of got a nice hazy glow to it. And connecting with the docking ports, just as the dropship lands. And a few moments later, you are all disembarking one by one. Sal, this big huge creature just reaching up, grabbing these crates easily. And Cass goes, here, just hand it to me. And just takes it, half one hands it over, sets it
Oh,
down and
careful,
goes,
it's fragile.
are these chickens?
Yeah.
Awesome. She sets it down.
Honeybee's helping too.
Sal, honey, okay. So next to Sal is standing at the exact same height is, if you remember correctly, a war droid, a Traeger-issued military war droid that has been repurposed and is just using the sweet baby intelligence along with the programming of the original war droid, is just very calmly taking these crates down as y'all move them through the open open cargo the doors of the cargo bay. Handing them off, Sal just goes,
What's chicken?
and
New
sets them down.
friend.
New friend.
You have to take care of them.
Okay. We'll take care of chicken. Does chicken like coffee?
No. But
How can be friend? If chicken no like coffee.
Sal?
chicken like
Really expressive.
tiny feed, kind of like coffee grounds.
Feet?
Feed. You have to feed them
Feed them?
like little babies.
Give-
Kind of like how you take care of Oniko.
Oniko does not need tiny feet.
Feed. Food.
Food. Like coffee.
Like coffee. Also, big box. All coffee.
Oh, coffee.
Takes this crate.
Oh, also, my students made this for you. And I place a little paper crown with a bunch of jewels and stickers
When he
on
sees
his
you,
head.
when he sees you reaching up to him, he
Leans down.
from his 8-foot height and just.
I told them all about King Sal, and then they made this for you.
You put this little constructed thing on top of his
my
head, and he
gosh.
goes. He sits up and looks back in the direction of Oniko, and Oniko's staring at him, just going. And then signs, "What is that?"
Feet.
Crown.
Crown.
And Oniko just looks like she's seriously pondering it, like, huh. Like she's really going into what is the purpose. And then about that point, Cass goes, "No, it's cool, I'll do this," and just takes another crate down. And Sal goes,
Okay.
and walks away, not getting the inflection at all. And Cass is like, sets down another crate.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the
Anton
other
comes
books you
walking
wanted.
up. What's that?
Here's the other books you wanted. And I hand
take-
a crate, a small crate to Oniko.
Okay, Oniko walks over and she hoists it up and looks
I checked
at
out as many as I could. We've still got the paper stuff in Rep City.
it. She doesn't say anything. She looks at it and she starts sifting through it. And it seems like she's just as delighted by the presence of these books and magazines as she is the sounds they're making as her hand goes across them. And
I
she just
thought
kind
you
of,
might like the way they feel.
she doesn't say anything. She just kind of looks at you like, and she moves back over by Sal, and Sal is in the middle of trying to make coffee when she sets them down in front of him and is like pointing at them, and
Yeah.
he just goes,
There's a bunch of different languages and
and she starts showing him pictures and like the magazines, and Sal stops making coffee and turns and just starts,
Crown.
and they start completely ignoring everybody else as they're looking through these books together. And then about that point, Anton comes walking up and goes, "What's up, crew?"
Do you want to help Cass with the crates?
I surely do. Cass, you're doing a great job. You lift those crates like nobody else could lift these crates. And she's like, "Yeah, I know."
Lacey rolls up, pauses, looks back, flicks off the whole wall full of a bunch of different notes that they've been working on with just a little bit of. Did you? How many cans did you get of the Supergrass caffeine drink?
Too many.
No,
Read
not
the
too many.
label on these things? Ah.
Yeah. Chemicals aren't scary if you know what they all do.
Well, I don't.
I pick up one of the cans. I'm like, how much sugar does this have?
Oh, it's not sugar. It's all nut sugar.
Like fake sugar or just?
Great.
I will
The
say
6
this.
cases.
We'll just go ahead and put this out there that in 2119, we have moved on from the cancerous thing that is called aspartame.
It's not. It was a whole thing. It was not. Putting it away.
I know.
Don't do that.
I bought you enough to last us to the moon. And speaking of, have you checked the day off? I have put up a giant "Till we save the end of the world" calendar on the wall with big red X's.
When this is happening, this conversation is happening, Luma,
Yeah?
as you're putting that up on the wall, you're the first to become aware that there's a sudden shift in Oya. Oya, you feel, as she's putting that up, you feel a surge of anxiety just lance up the back of your spine. It's almost like the illusion that everything is okay has been shattered, and that the mention of this outlandish plan to go to the moon has once again brought up the reality of your circumstances and what is on the horizon.
Oh my God.
Hey, sorry, I thought it would be kind of fun as like a, we have to get ready to go to the moon and save the world.
Down.
I immediately grab a bottle of whiskey. Once that calendar's up.
I can take it down.
Cass just goes, "Hey,
Guys, I have so much to tell you. There's something really important. We can't, we need a new plan or something. There's,
A new plan.
A new plan? Why?
But I spent.
we
No,
can't,
what?
get comfortable. This might take,
I look over to Sal to see where he is in the process of coffee.
he hasn't started brewing it. He and Oniko are enraptured by these books. They're over by near the window where they typically leave the viewing port, but they've got the books laid out on the counter, and Sal seems mesmerized by the fact that they're different. Like, one book is not, he's got different pictures than the other book. One book has got nothing but writing, and so he's like, and just kind of moves through that. But Oniko is like handing him old magazines, and these two are completely just kind of like comparing pictures. Like, oh, look at this one. No, look at this one. Very quietly off to themselves.
I'm gonna try to technopath the coffee maker. This will go poorly.
You're gonna try to technopath. Okay, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna activate it?
I mean, yeah, it's technically just distant activation. It shouldn't be a problem.
You feel the familiar presence that only a technopath like you can feel, which is, of course, the best way to describe it for people who don't know what it's like to be a technopath is you essentially make connection with the little god inside the machine, and you say, "Please turn on," and the machine goes, "Okay," and just the coffee maker turns on, and after a few seconds, you see filtered, crystal clear hot water just pouring through because there is no filter or grounds or anything in the coffee maker at all. Just pouring hot water into the coffee jug itself, and Sal is not even paying attention. He's just.
I just hand Lacey a can of that. I can't even read the label.
Super gross caffeine drink thing.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Just drink that, I guess.
SGCDT.
The SGTCZ.
The SGCDT.
It's our favorite drink. Sponsor us, SGTTCDV.
It is sponsored by Abandon 2119. Flowers Biting Blood Carrots.
I'll stick to whiskey. Doesn't really affect me anyway. Grace band full time.
For the ages.
around forever.
I distant deactivate the coffee maker. It is halfway through its cycle. I've probably screwed something up.
You turn it off. You basically you just poured hot water into an empty off coffee
I
server.
don't know how I know how things work. I don't that food
On
technology is
Yeah.
an arcane magic that I shouldn't have had anything to do with. I'm about to look to Cass to help.
You can make some tea.
Cass,
Make some hot water.
Cass-
You just made some
Cass
hot
is
water.
completely focused on Oya right now, and with that worried expression that Cass gets when her eyebrows kind of go up into a temple in the middle, and she's looking at you, even though you're not saying anything.
Are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
Yes, I was gonna make coffee, but then I couldn't.
I saw me, a different version of me from a different reality,
What?
alternate universe thing.
Like a reflection, or
Anton pushes his glasses back and goes, "Wait, is this like what you saw in the dropship?" On Amelia Bedelia?
I mean, no, it's sort of like in the sense that it was a person who shouldn't have been there, but this was not. It was a different person, and it was. I was able to talk to him this time.
What did he say?
Neat.
He's basically like a version of me. And he has versions of you all in his life, and in his life and in his existence. There's Fletcher. There's Tails. There's an Oniko. There's a Koshi. There's everything that we have.
Really? Did you get to compare notes?
Yeah.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's more data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, you guys hear the footsteps of Dr. Patel coming down the hallway. She's looking at, looks like piles of research notes, all on these data pads in front of her, just kind of like sifting through. And as she looks up as y'all enter, she notices that everyone's kind of crowded around and like engaged in intense discussion. And she stops and goes, "Oh God, what? Are we okay? Are we okay?
We're okay.
Okay."
You should probably sit down too. Alternate realities and some stuff. I'm not really sure. She'll explain it.
More clues, though.
Yeah.
Dimensional communication.
And
What? She sets the pads down, goes,
I know, I thought there would be an interaction problem too, but I guess not if you're Oya.
What happened?
Simple.
Yes. What happened?
wait, what? What was that?
Lacey's talking about the possibility of there being a bad reaction for cross-dimensional interactions.
Well, no.
But technically, I think all of these are going into different notes.
That's my suspicion.
Right.
The Oya being a focal point, it kind of breaks the rules, so to speak.
And that's the thing. Now there's another one of me out there who I have been like communing with somehow, and we haven't been able to control it, but then we were able to focus and just like talk to each other today.
Could you do it again?
I could try.
Was she nice?
His name is Ali. Ali Guffin or something.
Is everything the same? Like, timeline-wise?
I mean, clearly not. I mean, big
I mean,
divergence.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there's some divergence. They had the same issue with the moon rocks and the power source and Fletcher getting his head.
They already went to the moon?
No, they actually said that they decided not to do it, which is why I think we should reconsider.
Fools.
Oh.
Well, wait, did
What
they
did-
already do
wait.
their plan, or is that their plan?
I think it was their plan and they decided not to.
Wait, I'm confused.
Well,
That...
If it's the same
What?
timeline of time where we are now, that means they haven't done their plan yet either.
Right.
Okay.
did they give evidence? I think I know what you're about to say, Lou.
Yeah.
Evidence?
Is there a reason why we shouldn't do
Why
what we
would
were
they
planning on
stop?
doing?
Well, we got cut off. I don't know.
If you did it again and he appeared, would you be the only one that could see him, or could we all see him too? Like, is he like a ghost? Like, could we all talk to him or something?
Could try.
Oh my God!
This breaks science.
This all... the Callisto 6 energy source is defined by breaking physics.
And you know what
Well-
I just realized?
No, not really. I mean, if you think about it, the Callisto 6 energy source just redefines science. It redefines our boundaries of it. And this is a manifestation of that power source. So, no, I guess you asked. Yes, you are right, Lacey. This is...
I'm just going off of what you're saying in your research. We were
just
talking about
thinking
it
in
the other
circles
day.
at this point. I'm sorry. This
It's
is
like
so
it's-
mind-breaking.
I know.
It changed pie.
Did they say anything else about the plan? What's their plan then?
Oh, my God.
They're not going to the moon. What's their plan?
Oh,
I
my
think,
God.
to intercept. That's what he said.
We can... If you're able to connect with him again, we might be able to do what Fletcher has been doing. See, remember, the Luma of the Future told me that the Fletcher entity is somehow able to learn, despite the fact of the timeline being constantly reset, it's able to learn and adapt to our tactics every single time, almost like it actually did happen, even though it didn't happen, but it did. You know what I mean? But this would mean if we can talk to him across dimensions, we might be able to...
Sharing information.
It's possible we just doubled our chances of success.
Can you try and do it again?
Yeah.
Like, what do you need? Like, you need some, like the lights off, or like music, or like fan you or something. What do you need to get in the zone? How does it
Pineapple
work?
juice? We got pineapple juice.
Tons.
Electrolytes.
Got it. Fish in one of the crates.
Do you need a
Throw you a
chicken?
juice
Cass
box.
smiles at you and she says, "Glad to see you're listening. Very important."
I'm not gonna feed her a chicken.
I'm not gonna give her a chicken to eat. I
So
said
wait,
if
wait,
she
wait,
needs
wait,
it
wait.
to calm her mind.
So you're
Good
telling
God.
me, Anton just goes, wait, so you're telling me that a version of you from another reality contacted you and shared information about the same struggle they're going through with an interdimensional being that wants to destroy the world. Mm-hmm. Okay, just checking. Yeah,
Yep.
no, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's crazy, but that's what's happening.
I just wanted to say it out loud. You know, it helps me deal with it.
So
Yeah.
we're there's all like alternate timelines of us, but is their Fletcher the same Fletcher as us? Like, because he's an interdimensional being, so it's like he's like the one constant thing that's among all of the dimensions or something?
I think so.
So is he defeating all versions of ourselves at the same? This is crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ali said that, you know, he found out the same thing that we found out about me.
So their Luma did the same thing that our Luma did? Holy. Oh. I'm halfway through the bottle of whiskey, just
You know,
so you guys know.
And I think Lacey would agree with me here, but we should be pretty careful with this too. Because now we're playing with energies in the universe that we don't fully understand. Although it seems like Oya is able to control them.
Yeah,
I
because we
just-
got the best Oya.
And clearly the best Lacey, that one doesn't even want to go to the moon. Is it even a Lacey?
I don't think it is.
It's probably a fake Lacey. It's
Do you even
probably a
Lacey, bro?
scroll.
Do you even Lacey?
You know, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna try to contact him again, and if he is like the different version of me, then he probably had the same conversation with his Callisto 6.
Wow.
Then they're probably all telling him to do the thing now too. Do the thing.
Yeah, so let's
Right?
do the thing.
All right,
Yeah.
Well, that's entirely possible that he's telling his team that they have to go to the moon now.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so which is the right? Oh God, that makes me nervous.
What if one of us did one thing and the other did the other, and then we compare notes after the fact?
Yeah.
That would be bad anyway, because then we don't know which
One of us would probably win and one of us would probably lose. Or maybe both of us would lose.
Oh man,
Who
can you
knows?
imagine across multiple dimensions a constant paradoxical time loop that's been happening over and over for at least 3 different occasions? It means that across different realities, time has been resetting over and over. I mean, what does that even do to the multiverse?
I don't
This
know.
goes beyond anything I can comprehend right now. I am just human.
I mean, this could be multiverse jumping and not actual single timelines. That seems to be more consistent with Boya.
Ha!
Oh my god, can we keep that? This hashtag Boya.
Do you think his Lacey just said, "Girly"?
Find out. Yeah.
Okay,
Do we need to light a candle or something?
sure, do whatever. I don't
Okay.
think it matters.
I don't know. Well, I feel like I'm useless here. No, lighting candles. I'm just gonna
I also the sprinkler threshold.
What's that?
sprinklers.
Ah, yes,
I
turn off
double
the
checked the
fire.
sprinkler threshold. This is not the first time that sprinklers have been activated in Blue Dolphin Base.
Sorry.
Yes.
We are not. Sal, we are not.
Okay. Yeah, good call.
Okay.
So everyone starts setting up around here. Patel is a ball of nervous, excited energy, realizing that everything she's about to experience completely breaks everything she's ever learned about the universe, and is all you all are entering into the realm of pure theory, and she is just, oh man, the greats, the scientific greats. By the way, happy birthday, Albert Einstein. As she moves around, she's just like, oh.
I know.
This is an opportunity for humankind. This goes beyond anything. Are y'all okay if I record this?
Oh my gosh,
Assuming
yeah.
we can record it.
We can certainly try, and lack of information would also be information.
Right?
Oh my gosh, this could be the beginning of a whole new era of scientific exploration for our whole species. I'm sorry. All at once. She starts moving around. Cut to Sal holding up a picture, and Oniko looks at it and goes. She signs, "That's a chicken," and Sal goes. Oh. Meanwhile, behind you, behind these two, y'all are getting prepared to jump through interdimensional realities and break physics. A few moments later, Anton is like, "Okay, well, right. So, what should I do?
Just stand there and like think about yoga.
I can do that. I'm really good at thinking about yoga.
Mantra to her. What's
Okay.
that thing you do?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, if you need help meditation, I can light some incense and certainly help you through it.
Marshmallow.
Yeah,
Marshmallow.
that's good.
No, that's your mantra.
Oh, I can't share it?
You can, but it's like a key, and it only works in certain doors. That's
Oh.
your key to your door.
Spilled the whole s'mores.
Chocolate. Oh, chocolate would be a good coffee.
Chocolate's a good one. Coffee. Well, coffee.
Maybe we should
you're
stop
thinking about-
talking and let her think.
Oh,
Right. Yeah. No. So
now I'm
we
just
should-
hungry.
I somehow
Okay.
have
We'll go get some.
started tuning them out.
Okay.
We're just freaking out.
All right. Now, for whatever reason, Oya, this time around, diving in again and trying to reach out again. It could be any number of reasons why, but it's harder this time.
It's probably me. I'm sorry.
Wafting.
Bonnie, I too have social anxiety. I get it.
It's the
I too
candle.
make
the candle.
I too make enormous illogical leaps to assume that I'm the problem in the room, and it's not true. I totally feel you. So, Oya, as you're having to dig a little bit deeper and find that calm reserve, it's going to cost you 6 intellect points this time, which means only 3, unless you've got. How many levels of edge do you have?
I have 3 levels of it.
Okay, so it's only going to cost you 3 intellect points,
Easy peasy.
which is easy. Yeah, it's easy peasy. That's basically like burning for insight. A few moments pass, and the room around you begins to grow slightly darker and darker until it just feels like you're the only one in the room. And as this happens, Oya, you begin to see a very crystal image of him appearing in front of you, and he too is in this state of meditation. And his eyes slowly open, and he's a little more clear. It's a little more obvious when he's sitting in front of you now. And you see him just look at you and go,
Boya?
no, I'm still Ollie. Are you Oya?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I dialed the right number.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, I get it now. Because in my reality, I'm
Boya.
I recognize, I identify as male. Yeah, got you. Okay, yes. Nice. Was it harder this time for you?
Yeah, it was a lot harder.
I'm weirded out because it seems like every time we both try to contact each other, we're doing it at the same time, and I'm wondering what the dynamic of that is. I'm wondering if it has something to do. I'm wondering now if that means that we're mirroring what each other's doing in the other realities.
Maybe we're synced up somehow.
Maybe.
Did
Or maybe it's
talk-
just you and me. I don't know.
I just talked to my team, and they had a lot of questions. I'm assuming you talked to yours too.
Yeah. They think we should go to the moon.
And now we're worried about going to the moon because you guys were not going to go to the moon.
Okay. So we're overthinking this.
Probably.
We should probably stick to our original plans then.
Yeah.
But
You were
let's-
going to intercept, right?
Well, we're trying to get intel. Lacey's looking into getting intel on where this touchdown is happening and where the delivery is taking place so that we can intercept it while it happens. But we don't know. Have you encountered Fawn yet?
Fawn? No, I don't think so.
Okay. This is good.
Okay.
Fawn is the other supervillain that's working for Fletcher.
Oh, there's another one.
There's a few of them, but Fawn really messed us up. She looks totally normal. She looks like an average person. And she can control sound waves. We didn't know who she was until she showed up in the middle of the rescue of Dr. Jerome. Turns out she was driving the car. And when she landed and we fought her, she snapped her fingers and literally stunned everybody. She caused when she snapped her fingers, she caused the amplification of the sound of her fingers snapping to rise so much it shattered glass windows for a city block and knocked Anton on his ass. You haven't encountered her yet?
No.
Well, they may not be her in your reality. So be on the lookout, because if the universes are mirroring, you should know Fletcher's got a few more surprises waiting for you guys.
Okay, can you tell me anything else about Fawn that we can look out for maybe? Any other details?
I can tell you what she looks like here, but I don't know how good that's going to do you.
No, yeah, tell me.
She's tall. She's about 6'3". Very slight build. She's very thin. Vietnamese. Also, no. Yes. She likes to make this clicking sound with, it's like a tick she's got. She likes to click her mouth a lot. She does it when she's bragging about how she's gonna kill you. And it's really annoying. And it sounds hilarious when you slow down time around her head and disorient her.
Okay. How did you meet her? Like, is she just one of his toughs, or does she have some other role in the world?
We haven't really learned that much about her, but she was trying to protect Jerome. So I know that there's at least her, and we've uncovered information that there's at least 2 others. We haven't encountered them yet, though.
Okay.
Wow, I'm so glad I could tell you about that.
Yeah, me too.
Have you guys encountered anybody other than Jerome?
Well, yeah, do you have... Well, not supervillains, I don't think. Hopefully not. But have you met Kylan Prime?
Kylan Prime?
Yeah. So there was... You know how the Kylan...
Oh, yeah, your voice begins to fall
Kraus...
away. As you're talking, it begins to sort of fall away. It doesn't feel like you're leaving. And he looks at you kind of oddly for a second, and you see his mouth open, and he starts talking. And he goes, have you ever gone to the bottom of a swimming pool? Mm-hmm. And your ears pop, and you're starting to become, it's only 8 feet, but you can feel the pressure, a little bit of the water. You're starting to get that sensation, this feeling of pressure all around you. And suddenly Blue Dolphin Base, which has already kind of faded away around you, becomes black. It begins to disappear around you until it's just you and him in a spotlight standing in what looks like a blackened abyss all around you. You try to speak again and there's no words coming out. And then just before you hear this sound for the very first time, both you and he look at each other, inexplicably aware, on an instinctual level, as a living biological creature, that same instinct that triggers when our ancestors sensed predators nearby. It's at that base primal level, this awareness that you are being stalked by a lion in the bush. You feel this sensation wash over you, and then a voice, a deep voice that rolls like thunder across this abyss of darkness surrounding you. And you hear, beings of flesh, you have entered my realm now, and I hear you. You will die as you have died before and again, and I will reclaim what is mine. I will reclaim what you have taken. The mistake of the life on this planet will be corrected, and I will return home. You cannot stop the inevitable. You cannot stop the inevitable.
I try to scream.
Oya comes screaming out of this meditation, shattering the silence suddenly. You're back in Blue Dolphin Base. Colors all around you, air all around you. The pressure is gone, but the presence of the voice thundering through your head, you can feel it like his presence was just the immensity of the presence that was surrounding you, Oya, unlike anything you've experienced. Without even realizing it, you have gone limp, and Cass has caught you and is holding you up. Oya looks like she has seen a ghost.
What happened?
Are you okay?
that's where we're gonna have to go on break. Welcome back to Los Angeles 2119 Superpunks. We are jumping back into tonight's game of Callisto 6. Real quick, I don't have the information in front of me. I need to double check it. But just for everybody who's going to be in the LA area, Los Angeles, we are doing WonderCon this year. Geek and Sundry is going to be at WonderCon. We got a couple of panels going up, and there is going to be an LA by Night live show.
Yes.
Heck
So
yeah.
that information's on the Nerdist and the Geek and Sundry website. I'm excited because I'll be hosting my very first panel. I've never heard. It's the RPG panel. We're doing it. And it'll be exciting because I get to talk to Deborah and Wall, who's going to be there. And
Fun.
I get to, it's going to be a lot of fun because everybody who's on our panel is essentially people who just are crazy about storytelling. And I'm really excited. I love talking to those people, which is why I like running games for you guys.
We love you too.
No, I didn't say I loved you. I just like
Rejection hurts.
It's okay.
Well, okay.
It was implied.
It was implied. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back into tonight's very calming and easygoing game of Callisto 6.
Marshmallow.
We come back to Blue Dolphin Base.
A mood.
Where Oya has realized that we don't all live in a yellow submarine, and that in fact there are interdimensional beings out there that want us all dead. You are currently being supported by Cass, who is looking at you with that Cass hits a level when it has become clear that she is somewhat helpless and can't do anything, which takes her to a place of rage, which typically leads to just things being destroyed with Cass. And but in this case, since she's holding you, it's containment, and she's looking at you. Everything in her eyes says, "Give me somebody to punch." And as she's holding you, everyone is sitting with the word that just came out of Oya's mouth. Oya, judging from the way she said it and her reaction, it's not a leap of logic to suggest that she just encountered the Fletcher entity. And when you whisper his name, Oniko slowly stops what she's doing, and for the first time since she has woken up to her new self, you see her turn from the countertop and look back over in your direction, and unbridled terror in her eyes at the name. It's been said around her before, but you can tell by the way that Oya has said it now, Oniko knows someone just had an encounter. You can see it on her face as she turns and looks in your direction, Oya. It's like looking back at your own reflection, the expression on Oniko's face, the look in her eyes, the same look you have now. And for a moment, you're getting a piece of what it must have been like. And there's silence. When you whisper the word Fletcher, Dr. Patel slowly rises from where she was sitting and goes, "What about him?"
He's pretty terrifying.
What did he look like?
You saw him.
I didn't see anything. It was more like we were within him, or he isolated us where we were. It's just, it seems really powerful, and I don't know how we're supposed to.
Did he say anything?
I repeat as much as I can remember of what he said to them.
Your imaginations are having to do some very, very little legwork as to what it must have sounded like to hear his voice. Its voice. More appropriately, the entity itself is apparently manifesting now as something that is not physical or any sort of reference point. But Fletcher, apparently, judging by the nuance and the repetition, calling you beings of flesh, and really emphasizing how helpless you all are. As you relay this information, again, a silence settles on the room for a moment.
Kind of reminded. Wait. Out of game.
Yeah.
Trying to remember if Lacey has told us details of when they experienced Tails. last time.
Because I stipulated that I exposited,
You did.
anything that you need to draw on information-wise is now available
So
to
you
you.
did.
Yeah.
Okay, you did
Yes.
share that with us.
I'm
Yeah.
I am now a good kid. Mostly, I will definitely not be tempted by the dark again.
They say this
Super
now.
promise. Ignore those crossed fingers behind my back.
We all know. We all know their true intentions.
I couldn't really understand, Lacey, what you went through with Tails. And now I feel like maybe I can understand.
I grab a blanket from my blanket nest and I wrap it around Oya's shoulders.
Thanks.
But did you get to talk to Boya, Ollie, whatever his? How much did Fletcher hear? Does he know of our plan?
I hope he's okay. I hope he got out of there. Yeah, we talked. He said that we should just do the plan. We should just do it because they did what we did. They started second guessing themselves after we talked the first time, and we should just both go through with what we planned before. He also told me to look out for someone named Fawn. Someone who really messed him up really, really badly, like Jerome level bad.
But I'm talking about Fletcher. How much did Fletcher hear? Does Fletcher know our plan? Does Fletcher know his plan?
I don't know, Hops.
Do we need to think of a new plan?
No.
No.
This is good. Don't you understand?
No.
He chose to reveal himself to us. He knows we're doing something right. We are talking to the other side. We know their plan. Maybe we were fixing their timeline, so he jumped in to make sure that you couldn't do anything. He was trying to scare you. He's
Anton
trying to
goes-
scare us.
Anton
We're
goes-
winning.
That's actually not a bad point. If he's stepping in and revealing himself like that and trying to put the spooks in us, it's very likely because he's having doubt.
Yeah.
Well, it's working. I'm spooked.
You don't need to be.
Anton
We're the
turns.
right timeline. We're gonna fix it.
I'm gonna fix it.
Anton turns to Patel and goes, "Did Luma mention any time where Oya had ever made any cross connections to other dimensions or talked to other versions of herself?" And Dr. Patel goes, "No. That is one thing that Luma did. I mean, she would have mentioned that, I think."
Because Oya's the special factor.
Right. She did say that Oya was the one thing that kind of changes the game, that makes it possible for us to break the cycle.
We're finally strong enough. We're learning with him. We just didn't know it.
Okay, so we're saying the right thing to do is to go to the moon. So we're going to the moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plan moon base.
Oh yeah. This is because you did it. You're the reason we fixed this.
I just really want it to work.
Yeah. Maybe we can get Ollie and everyone, all of us, to help.
Yeah.
There's a moment as you're saying, yeah, there's a that beat between words when you become aware that someone has moved close to you and is standing near you, Oya. And at about that point, Patel, everybody kind of looks up. Oniko is standing a few feet away from you. And her jaw is set, like she's clenching her face. And tears are freely pouring out of the sides of her eyes. Her eyes are glassy and she's looking, that fear is being twinged a little bit because you can see her eyebrows crinkle as she's fighting back. She's fighting through the fear with anger. And she's standing upright and staring at you. And she signs to you and the translation appears in your ocular lens. It just says, "Stop him."
I'm put my hands on her shoulders. I don't know how tall she is. Maybe we're the same height.
She's about your height.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just put my hands on her shoulders and gently give her a little squeeze.
She seems to accept it. But her jaw is set. Like as you squeeze her shoulders, she just,
I'm sorry to ask this of you, but we need you.
She signs, what do you need me to do?
Have you heard of anyone named Fawn?
Yes.
Who is it? Where? And what do they do? And what can you tell us?
She signs, Fawn is an operative of Fletcher. She was kept secret. Her identity was kept secret from the other CEOs. She was to be a failsafe if I were to die or if Kylan was to die. She was the third in line. She's not a leader. She is a blunt instrument. She is when everything else fails, she and the other two that are kept secret from us are activated. But I think they might be dead.
Who?
I'm not sure about Fawn, but the other two. There were two other operatives. All I knew from where I worked inside of Pyramid Star is that they were based out of Cassium Laboratories. And when we received report that the laboratory and all of the subjects had been destroyed, I had reason to believe that they were destroyed with it. But I don't know if that's true. I had forgotten about Fawn.
Is she like you?
Not like me. No one was like me. I was Fletcher's puppet. Fawn doesn't even know that she's a puppet.
Is she human?
She's human. Like Jerome, I think she was also imbued with some of the early versions of the energy source.
C5.
C5.
Okay.
The same generation as your other friend.
Snaps.
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 Okay.
I can't believe I forgot about Fawn. You see Oniko looks a little disturbed. And then she looks back and she says, I'm not sure which parts of my memory are working right now.
That's understandable.
It's okay. You have a lot to take in, and you need to focus on yourself right now. It's okay.
I know she controls sound.
Yeah, that's what Boya said.
Sound?
Yeah, she like snapped and
She gasps suddenly and goes, I just remembered something else. The C5 energy source. The instability. Didn't you tell us about that? And she looks over, signing this over to Patel. And Patel looks like she's just listening intently and goes, yes. Synapse had a lot of instability in his powers as they manifested because the energy hadn't been refined yet. It's going to eventually kill anybody who came into contact with the C5 energy source. It's not stable. It breaks down at the genetic level. I was highly vocally against using it on any living subjects, but Kylan insisted that we start doing live experimentation. I assume that order was coming from... And Oniko signs Fletcher, yes. We were all taking orders then. Fletcher was getting hungry because we were close. And Patel nods and she goes, right. So, the C5 energy source is essentially a death sentence. It might be possible to reverse engineer that, but I need the raw sample. The raw sample that we were talking about possibly getting from the moon. If I can get that, it might be possible to infuse with a cleaner energy source, a more refined energy source, but I don't know if that's overjuicing somebody or not. I just need more data. But I think what Oniko is talking about is that, you're talking about the breakdown in the power structure itself inside the DNA. And Oniko nods and then She goes, of course, sorry. I didn't think to bring this up because I actually didn't know about Fawn until just now. So Jerome, I told you, is going to probably die because of the C5 power source. And so is Synapse if we can't find him. So we should find him.
You can send a message.
The trade-off too is there's a detriment. Remember how I told you the people who were dosed by the Callisto energy source on a low level frequency were going to have enhanced abilities, and they might have health issues later on. The C5 energy source is the death sentence I'm talking about. One of its side effects of giving you powers is that you can only use them so many times before it backfires. We watched it happen in Synapse a lot of times. It happened in Jerome a few times when he was constantly testing the limits of how much toxicity he could add to the air. It means that eventually, if you use your powers too much, they kind of grow in scale and become more powerful until they essentially burst. Not like literally burst, but there is a power backlash. It almost cost Synapse his life the first time he did a speed test.
The train? It's... I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like if...
Think of it like a...
No, it's tails that made that explosion.
Yeah, but there was something that was being transported on that train, right?
It
The
was
C6 energy.
Not C5?
No, it was what was left of the C6 energy source. There was hardly any left, but it was enough to cause an explosion.
Any power explosions recently? Would it cause like blackouts or anything?
Wasn't there also
There were blackouts in the dark.
Yeah.
actually, that's not a bad idea. Amplified sound waves. We're in the city of Los Angeles. There are sensors all over that are part of the earthquake early warning system. Amplified sound waves would move objects and could set off those sensors. We could theoretically use data from those sensors to try to pinpoint some source of sound amplification and locate Fawn.
Well, that would be huge. We'd have to hope that she was using her powers. But I'm sure she has.
Okay.
But so is the goal to go after Fawn before she comes after us?
Wouldn't be bad to know who she was to keep an eye out.
Where she is.
Maybe
We
that's
don't-
a good point.
We don't
too.
even know what she looks like at this rate.
Right.
Whatever we do moving forward, the Fletcher's going to try to stop us and probably...
Heavy tap on Patel's shoulder as she turns, and Oniko goes, "I do."
You know what she looks like?
Yes,
Okay.
Lacey.
Yeah.
She points at her head and then points at the screen. And stops and goes, "This is going to be very hard, but I need you to dip into my memories. Fawn is in there."
You okay? We do this?
You see the jaw set again and say, you see that determination. Like, it looks like Oniko is aware that on the other side of this discomfort is getting at Fletcher. And she just goes, "Yes."
Okay. I move forward and I'm going to start doing that before she loses her nerve because I know how that works.
So you start going, as this
I'll
is
just
happening.
kind of sit her down so that I can actually keep physical contact.
Okay. As you sit her down, she gets situated and looks at you and nods, and just, you see it starting to waver a little bit. As you get close to her, she goes, and then a big gray hand gently rests on her shoulder, just envelops the right side of her body. This thumb kind of coming to a rest on her left shoulder. I mean, it's titanic in scale compared to Oniko. And you see Oniko just go, okay, she concentrates. Flickerings of voices. Some of them are intermingled with computerized commands, lines of code coming in through, like transmissions being sent. A lot of these were orders. You've heard these before. A lot of them are kill orders. A lot of them are just various tasks being sent directly from what you assume must be Fletcher or something working for Fletcher. But you start sifting through images of faces, and it literally is just like flying through a crowd of people who are in the middle of conversations, who are in the middle of doing menial things like picking up keys, talking, looking at television sets, sipping. You see Kylan giving that speech that Oya has seen to Dr. Patel about her family. You fly past it. You're just going through all of these different. You're beginning to become aware of the fact that Oniko was either present without anybody else realizing it, or was able to tap into what was happening in Pyramid Star, because you're seeing a lot of events and incidents where she is either not present or the people involved don't seem aware of her. So she's sifting through all of this until you start finally finding an image come up, and you hear a voice in the back of Oniko's mind that could easily be described as I could describe it to you as booming, as thunderous. I could describe it to you as what it might sound like if eternity decided to speak back to you if you gazed into it. But nothing will do credit to the experience of feeling this voice reverberate through your body upon the presence of it. Whatever it is, Lacey, the moment you hear it, you know who it is, and you know what Oya must have heard, because it is so inhuman, so distant, so incomprehensibly cold. It doesn't seem to have ego or even a perception of the ants that swarm around it. The size, the immensity of its presence. Oniko is very aware of it. It is elemental, and you hear the word fun. Thunder in the back of your head as you see the image. Caucasian, stands at 5'5", heavy set, hair braided down between her shoulder blades. She looks like someone you might pass on the street. Just an everyday person with a style of clothing that says, I just want to blend in. She wears jeans, regular t-shirt, has a sack thrown over her shoulder. She looks like she might be one of the people that you see walking out of like a Starbucks on her way to class or something. Very unusually just your average person look. But her eyes tell a different story. They're slightly wild and amused. Her face always seems to be holding a slight grin, and on her neck rests a high-tech looking set of headphones that glow brightly from LEDs inlaid that are constantly shifting in pattern, like DJ headphones. And her eyes, just from the look, you're also feeling Oniko's impression. Oniko, who is calculated. In the time that Oniko spent as an enforcer, she was a scalpel that got the job done. You are sensing Oniko's impressions of this woman as you're in front of her. She is chaos. She is a blunt instrument, slightly unpredictable. You hear Oniko's, you get the impression of Oniko's, the labels that Oniko is attaching to her coming up, and you feel like Oniko is trying to communicate to you that this is a woman who, for lack of a better way of describing it, kind of broke under the knowledge that she was a clone and that her life was not hers. Whereas Oniko has gone onto a path of healing, Fawn seems to have become somebody who decided to embrace what they are and to become a glorified zealot for Fletcher, completely aware of what she represents and what she is as nothing to it. She has given in to a dark impulse that you can gauge just from what you've learned, about Fletcher's relationship with Oniko, it looks like Fawn probably just went another direction with trying to cope with realizing as to the life that they're never going to be given. And you can just sense from Oniko that Fawn is dangerous, very dangerous. You're all seeing Fawn appear on the screen, and you're seeing some of these thoughts translating in data as Lacey's basically just filtering it through.
And also the coffee maker breaks, and also every light bulb in the base.
You guys are starting to get a good snapshot that Fletcher is an entity that takes things, makes things, and breaks things. And they're always people. They're always people. It's an entity that goes beyond humanity. It doesn't have basic level compassion, because every time you get a snapshot of the tools that this creature uses, it's creating lives and taking it for its own. Oniko apparently is just one of many playthings that this thing has created. You see, the most heartbreaking thing about seeing Fawn up on the screen is she looks like she could have been living next door to you. She looks like a woman that could be anyone's best friend. But her eyes just tell a totally different story. And Oniko signs, that's Fawn. I only met her once.
When? How?
Before you. Before all of you.
At
Pyramid Star.
okay. Sorry.
Kylan knows about her. He didn't tell you, did he?
Nope.
And Patel just goes, huh. Well, I mean, y'all said that Kylan was in threat of assassination. Fawn probably being the number one thing to go and do that. Hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Kylan didn't tell you about her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something's not adding up.
Or it is. Patel looks at you.
Yeah, didn't you say that other Ollie said that she was at the dropship fight?
Yep.
She's not in our timeline. Maybe she's not a threat here.
Anton goes, what if she was, though? Remember, we never found out who was driving the car.
And from the look of us, she could have just walked away and we wouldn't have given her no mind.
She.
This is a knowable thing
What's up?
because I archived that shaky cam footage of a cast jump.
Yes, you did.
And
Hey.
super,
You gonna go
super
analyze the
made it
footage?
pretty. You cleaned up the visual.
I did specifically because I wanted the record of Cass looking cool.
Yes!
So I
did.
have cleaned up footage.
When I went through the window, though, with my staff, I did hit the
Vanity.
driver. But they were wearing...
The driver of the transport, not
Transport,
the
not
car
the
that
car.
that got them onto the transport.
All right.
Oh, you're right.
That
Let's
broke
take a look.
away. at
No,
the
but
beginning
you're
of the fight.
right.
Hey, we've got video of them.
You're right. I forgot
Let's
about
take
that.
a look.
Let's look at the
Bring up the
footage.
footage immediately.
Lacey, do the
Importantly, let's loop the Cass part at least twice.
Okay, Cass goes. I mean, I had to get over there.
It's for the good of science.
I had to get
again.
over
We're
there.
saving the world.
And Anton goes, no, this is good. We can all observe how the power of that, you know.
Thunder thighs.
We're going to be inspired by the power of your thighs. We'll all aspire to be like you.
I mean, I turned into a literal bolt of lightning, and that still is cooler than what I did.
That was pretty shocking, though.
Okay.
So you're looking at the footage, and again, it's an incredible scene to watch, because every time you see it, it just doesn't look like it's possible for a human being to catapult themselves the way Cass did. But you watch that sail as Cass gets a running leap off of the top of Amelia, sailing through the air against the wind and 3-point landing on the back of that transport, to the shock of the gunner who is in that turret. Which, you know, is considerable when you realize that these were hybridized zombie soldiers that are zealots. Actually had enough mental capacity to be shocked at what it just saw. But as you watch this jump a few times over and over,
Now I can focus on the important part.
You actually do see that car breaking away from the side as the combat had begun. There's really no point in having you roll because this level of engineering on the visuals would take a normal person probably about an hour to clean up and zoom in and whatnot and really clean it up.
It's exactly what AI algorithms are for.
This level of enhancement and cleanup is would normally require a lot of person to work. Lacey just looks at that area of the screen and it goes and pixels smooth and refined, and your mind is able to fill the gaps and actually kind of act like an artist working as like, I know.
That's a superpower. The zoom and enhance actually does the thing.
You see a brief, like 2-frame glimpse of the person in the driver's seat. It's somebody who's leaning a little to the left as this car is banking away. This transport that was attached to the other transport. They're decked out in the same attire as these creatures y'all fought. You don't get a good look, but there is very obviously one wisp of blonde hair that's whipped right outside the window, beyond the mask of the person that's in the car.
Bingo.
Oniko, does this look like her?
She nods. That has to be her. If she had gotten involved in that fight, you would all be dead.
Why didn't she?
She shakes her head. I don't know. Maybe she thought the odds were against her, or maybe she got called away. I don't know what her relationship was to Jerome. Maybe they don't like each other.
Valid. He's the worst.
Okay, if she has the ability to overpower us, we don't know if she's good or bad yet, I guess, in our timeline, right?
Well, Patel speaks up and goes, whoa, wait, let's clarify. We don't know if she can overpower us.
Well, that's true too, but I'm saying, like, Oniko did say that if she was there, we'd all be dead.
Well, looking at it from the reverse angle, Patel just says, I'm just saying that was this fight where you guys got your butts kicked. No offense.
I died. Yeah, I remember. Well,
Yeah.
I technically don't, but
So
yes.
insert one more super being into that fight that was taking y'all on, and
Yes.
it's not a jump of, it's not a leap of logic.
No, it was a leap of Cass.
Leap of cast.
Very true. All right, well, what I'm saying is,
Maybe
do we approach her? Do we somehow talk to her, but not physically talk to her since we don't want our ears to bleed? But
I think she was trying to draw us out. I think she wanted to see what we could do. She or Fletcher or whoever. That was a very public stage. It was a police car chase. It was so dramatic, and there were so many cameras right in the middle of the daytime sky. I think they just wanted to force our hand. They're the ones who want us to come out and be something, superheroes, I guess. I don't know. I just...
Okay.
It's okay. So this is a distraction. It feels like a distraction. It feels like we need to just do what we know we need to do. Fletcher doesn't want us communicating with the other side, the other versions of us. Fletcher doesn't want us to think about the moon. I think we
Right.
should do that.
But I feel if that is the case, that also means Fletcher didn't want us to know about her. And now we do.
And now we
he
do.
doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Right?
It's true.
Yeah.
So we need to take her out of the game before she becomes a surprise attack later, right?
Or at the very least, prepare for her to come and anticipate her coming.
I'm guessing
I agree with Oya.
I'm guessing whatever we got, whatever we plan, my assumption is that they're going to assume that we don't know about Fawn and try to drop that on us when we're trying to do whatever it is we just to go to
Yep.
the moon.
We can
But
protect
now we
from
know.
sound waves. We can protect our tech, protect our bodies.
I just
can
don't
protect.
like that there's a ticking bomb walking around the city.
Me neither, but I think
The
we're gonna-
world is a ticking bomb. And we're gonna stop it.
Okay. We're gonna stop it.
Because you know what? We have our own interdimensional being.
Oh, that's me.
And ours is a lot better.
That's true.
Fuck yeah! Cass just pipes up.
Also, it sounds like Fawn has very high punchability.
Oh, bitch has got to have a glass jaw. And Cass just goes crack, 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 crack. Just like every finger on her fist just.
Okay.
And Dr. Patel goes, Lacey and I might be able to work on some kind of countermeasures to avoid getting buzzed when if y'all fight her. She's probably going to use high-range frequencies to try to knock your minds around a little bit. Much like, what are those things called? Those sonic weapons that are used against people to disperse crowds.
Yep.
I'm guessing she works very similar.
That, though, if it's the glass shattering, that's also
a physical.
I mean, it's just
hazard.
amplitude as
Vibration.
well, irrespective of frequency. And glass is actually really hard. It doesn't even have like a good crystal structure. The thing about opera singers, it's crystal. It's not glass. They can't break glass.
You can't
it's
break
just
glass.
crystal.
It's true.
I'm staring at the image of Fawn on the screen, and I just go, I think she might not be immune to herself. She has headphones. Maybe they're the thing that protect her from her own power.
Whoa.
So if we find a way to get rid of those.
If someone that's fast enough can maybe reach her and rip them off, she might not want to use her powers in the vicinity.
Or someone who's so far away that he just has to yoink.
Anton just
Exactly
goes,
the word that I would
Very
use.
true.
Anton just goes,
Collaboration.
we're talking about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
You want me to yoink somebody?
They do the arm things.
The arm things? Like, you do this? And
Yes.
when she starts doing that, Patel just goes, oh man, that's
It's
just
so weird, right?
so...
Like we all can do
So-
some really messed up shit, but that is weird.
I mean, you're great, Anton. That is still... And he's like, what? You mean like... And he just bends his hand. No. I'm sorry. No. I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm not an MD. I can't... I don't have that level of resilience. I'm sorry.
So recap. We got a loud lady. We're going to the moon.
In 27 days. Is
Fletcher's an ass.
that right? Okay.
Yeah.
There's alternate versions of us all over.
Right, but
trying
we
to do
risk-
different things.
We risk him doing something to me and Boya every time we commune or whatever.
Well, but also Fletcher does have a way of interacting with the mundane realm, or Fletcher couldn't imprint clones. I mean,
That's
there's-
right. He's got to have some kind of focal point that he's using.
I mean, I had kind of figured it was that same facility that,
Cassie.
Cassium?
well, wherever it was that Oniko.
Oniko
Got
signs, I
upgrades.
don't think it's Cassium.
Do you know where?
She looks at you with some fear in her eyes again, and she goes, I don't know, but I think I might. And it means...
Look.
She nods and she says, exactly. I think it means me having to go back there. Up here. I'm willing to do it, but I need some time. Not too much time, just some time.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she grabs the big finger of Sal, just like it's a, and Sal just goes,
Time. Chicken.
She might need some coffee.
Chicken coffee time.
Okay.
Mwah.
Too.
So is that all we have to worry about?
Isn't that enough,
Well-
Lacey?
First, we gotta find a rocket to upgrade. We're doing it to Amelia?
I have some thoughts. Patel speaks up.
Yeah?
We might be able to steal fuel from. Let's see. I mean, there's some old NASA facilities that are still being used by Pyramid Star. We might be able to steal rocket fuel and maybe upgrade Amelia.
You know, the thing that I very guiltily put down
Yeah.
when you came in? I flash it back up on the screen, and it is some fairly extensive notes that include potential sources of rocketry, schematics for the ship, where Amelia would and wouldn't be an adequate resource due
Pros
to
and cons.
just not being built for rocketry, and there's just like mass issues there that are different than terrestrial engineering. There's a note that goes off of that says, apologize to Amelia, say that it's not Amelia's fault, let Amelia know that Amelia is loved, and also some potential prospects and engineering requirements for modifications. Also my old engineering class notes. Also a chat with class 2.
Wait. What's this one? That looks familiar. It's not Amelia. What's that?
Oh, remember our sleepovers?
Yeah.
Remember the last manned mission before they sent up this round of
Oh, you mean we held up
astronauts?
in the museum?
Yeah.
We fell asleep in a museum. I say fell asleep. We hid in a closet and fell asleep there later.
All 3 of the musketeers. All 3. Yeah.
Anton says, "Okay, I'm sorry. What-
Yeah, we're not following
Are we
this.
talking
sorry.
about falling asleep
Yeah.
in a museum as a way of stopping Fletcher?
No,
It's more about what's in the museum.
there's an old space shuttle in the museum.
In Pyramid Star?" Patel corks an eyebrow. You're talking about the Space Museum in Pyramid Star.
I mean, what were you talking about?
Wait,
How are we gonna steal a shuttle out of a museum?
are you suggesting we break into Pyramid Star and
I can go
steal
sign
an
it
antiquated spaceship and fly that to the moon?
We don't have to.
Absolutely not. We steal an antiquated spaceship out of the museum, upgrade it, and then fly it to the moon.
Addendum: not steal, borrow, and or sign out temporarily or permanently.
Is it this Endeavor?
That's a good idea.
Wait a minute.
Because
So-
Pyramid Star was built on the grounds of the former California Science Center.
I know, but hold on. Oh, the space shuttle can't. So first of all, that ship is over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a Lacey.
But it requires booster rockets. It's not a ship that can just fly itself to
Yeah,
the moon.
there's nothing to hold the
scientist.
fuel in unless, I guess, if you're using different fuel that doesn't need to have as much volume to boost, which actually we have now.
We now
100 years
have
later.
actually tremendous increases in fuel efficiency
Whoa.
that would
What
make
would-
this more viable.
What
My
would be
mom-
less work though? Like
My mom is obsessed with Mae Jemison, who
think-
flew in that shuttle. I'm just saying.
I think
upgrading Amelia Bedelia to the moon or stealing the Endeavor?
Or putting them together and upgrading them or something.
So
Wait.
Are we transforming Autobots?
I think taking a ship that was intentionally made for space travel is the better option.
Though
You do
we'll
have a
probably
point.
need Amelia to tow. We're gonna need a lot of infrastructure for when we check out on an absolutely legitimate basis a spaceship.
The immensity of the project. I mean, space shuttles don't fly; they glide. And you're talking about. I mean, we'd have to do some serious. I mean, the metallurgy alone. Oh man. And you could probably do this, can't you? What do you? Okay.
I'd want to help.
Well, yeah. If you're serious about this, if you are serious about this,
We have a calendar. We're very serious.
in 27 days, you want to steal the shuttle Endeavor from a museum and upgrade it so that it can fly on its own unassisted into lunar orbit, where we're going to stage a vault heist of an energy source that can alter reality and get it back to Earth before the end of the world.
I think my brain just broke.
Okay, so
I bet we'd get
Okay.
it done in less than 27 days.
my god.
I'm
What
gonna
are we
need
doing
to
with all the spare time?
She sits down and she says, all right, let's just think about this logically.
You can always tell when someone hasn't worked with us.
Just the physical power alone, just to alter any metallurgical. I mean, she's
Wait.
gonna need upgrades. She's gonna need.
We're superheroes. We have powers that can help this process along.
I mean,
We need resources. We need money. Do you know anybody with money that can help us?
How much money?
Oh,
A lot.
not.
I mean,
not as much as you have, but I know what you're
I'm
saying, and
mean,
I
we
think
might have a sponsor.
we have an investor.
We
would be
have,
a better word.
yeah.
An angel investor.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
If money wasn't an option, let's just say theoretically it's not.
Daydream
And
a little.
Literally,
Okay.
it's not.
Wow, the immensity. Okay, well, let's go ahead and insert the variable that y'all are capable of incredible things that most people can't do in a month's time.
Cass could probably just jump to the moon.
I can help with the welding.
Cass just goes,
about it.
I'm still trying to cope with the fact that I've only been outside of Los Angeles once and you're asking me to go to the moon.
The stars are going to be even prettier.
Sweet talking me definitely helps.
Technically, you're not like you're just gonna go like kind of going up. So if you think about like still kind of being in the LA vicinity, but just upwards.
But Anton speaks up and goes, how do you steal a space shuttle? This is not like stealing a car. So how do you intend to steal it? Space shuttle is it's rather big.
Yeah.
How are you going to get it out? How are we going to get this thing? And then where do we put it once we get it to
Maybe
make
we
the
just-
modifications without raising flags?
We hack into their security camera footage and system and guards, and we work on it at night when it's closed.
So we upgrade it right under their nose
Yeah.
in the museum.
Yeah.
Patel just goes,
That's actually kind of brilliant.
Patel just goes, oh my God, that's actually brilliant.
Oh, this is great. I can just.
What's new? This
I
is
can
what I
just
have.
go in as one of the security and say
Yeah.
a special project is coming in and just.
Yeah.
It's great.
And I mean, I am
A new exhibit is being made about it.
Yeah. And
The
I can,
odds of pulling this off are really not good, though. Like, what if Fawn shows up?
she
Then
will,
I don't
point at
know.
Cass.
We're gonna
Point
have
at
to off the head.
Cass
Have a
just
Cass.
cracks the knuckles again.
and we can cloak it basically. I mean, like you and I can collaborate and make some type of VR projection on the ship so that during the day when people are looking at, no one can touch it. No one is allowed to touch that ship.
Tell Kostya it's mission critical. I need the
mission
camo tech.
critical.
It's mission critical.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just gonna upgrade
just
the Endeavor
Anton
right
goes-
under their noses.
You mean installing the camo tech on Endeavor so she can cloak? Dr. Patel goes, this. I mean, I thought the dimensional being thing was wacky. This is wacky.
If you stack enough bad ideas on top of each other, it turns into a good idea.
That's not how that works, but sure, we'll go with that.
Everything
does
I've
for us.
ever learned
Okay.
about math suggests that's wrong, and yet this feels so right. This is crazy. Okay, for two things. First of all, I'm on
two?
board.
Great.
But
Because I was gonna say, if you have more objections, I'm gonna.
my only objection
we
is
have to kick you out. Because
no. I'm going with you guys.
yeah,
Y'all know that, right?
Of course.
Okay.
We don't know what it looks like.
So
She's squishy.
my only stipulation is we need a fallback plan in case this doesn't work. Because if it doesn't work, then we've blown our shot at stopping the energy source to getting to Fletcher. So we'll have to do the intercept after all, which will take us right back into dangerous territory where Fletcher might be predicting what we're going to do. I bet he's not predicting this, though.
That was a bad sound. What was that sound?
I was just thinking of other ideas, and they were bad ideas.
Good bad ideas or bad ideas?
Like the kind of bad ideas that if you stack them onto each other, they kind of morph into a good idea.
I'll
or
keep
just-
stacking and let you know.
Okay. Can we help you stack?
If you power surge to the moon base with your powers, then they could never leave and deliver the Callisto 6 energy.
Wait, what?
It would just hurt a lot of people.
Did you
my
just say
worship.
we blow up the moon?
Oh,
What?
just the base. We would destroy the world. We're not destroying the world by blowing up the moon.
We could destroy the moon base.
Wait.
And then that would solve everything. Then we
Power surge it?
here's the only thing I can think of that would be a problem with that is without the sample, I wouldn't be able to save Synapse.
But if there aren't astronauts on the moon base, then we could just get it and it wouldn't be that hard. Just people would get hurt, so that's why it's a plan B. Or we stack more ideas on top of each other.
Okay, stacking on that.
Blowing up the base is a good plan B, even if people get hurt. Look, I hate saying that, but let's also take into consideration
It's the end of the world.
if our backs are against the wall, we just need. I'm just putting this out there.
There are
If
no
our
walls
backs
in
are against the wall, that might be a decision we
I
have
got
to
it
make.
though. Wait, we can do that without hurting people.
How?
We can just fake an emergency on the moon base. All the alarms
have
go
to
off. Something's
evacuate.
broken. This is everything. Leave right now.
If we do that, they might take some samples with them.
A mandatory evacuation.
We'll
Well-
keep stacking.
Keep stacking because we don't know. They could just be workers.
Wait. Patel just raises her hands and goes, "We're getting way too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
We're already on the base trying to figure out how to rob it. We need
Let's
to
go
get
back to the
shuttle."
excitement of the shuttle.
Right.
We're stealing a shuttle. Wait, no.
No.
Let's.
Checking out with complete legitimacy
Yeah.
a spaceship.
Yeah.
And
We're not robbing a shuttle.
Checking it out.
And doing very important restoration work using a graduate rocket engineer.
Lacey, I'll need to work with you. We'll need to get shuttle blueprints and designs so that we can start working on the metallurgy alone. And
I have some ceramic design ideas too for materials. There's so many modern materials now, and I built a thing that was originally for rocketry, and I brought it with me to the expo the day that we got our powers, and it would be really good for cooling systems on the new ship.
That's handy. And we don't need the heat shielding on the shuttle is completely outdated. We don't even use tiles anymore. Wow, I can't believe it, but this if
To work with Anika Patel. I get to work with Anika.
You get to be a rocket scientist.
she says, there's one person I need to contact that could help with this.
More friends?
My wife.
Yes.
She specialized in she's really good with rockets. Let's put it that way.
Okay, that's awesome.
I married a scientist.
Sounds just like my dad.
But she's not she was an aerospace engineer, but she's not this will be a new project for her. I don't know if this is going to be something that she can help us with or not. She might be a good reference point. But it's going to also mean having the conversation with her that I'm alive.
She doesn't know you're alive?
no,
I had to protect her.
I forgot.
And you get
Point
to
of order. She did ask me to
contact.
contact her wife, which in the past 3 days I think are probably done.
Oh, okay.
it was to check in on them and
Yeah,
see if they were
that-
okay.
if I
Well,
remember-
so having done that, because like I did that in the past 3 days, but
Yeah. So yes, checking in on her fine. She is living in Denver, Colorado.
That's a quick flight.
It's a pretty quick flight, really. It's about a 3-hour flight.
Especially in
She's-
Amelia.
Her wife is living in Denver with their child, and she is currently employed as a test pilot.
I'm like a hard eyes emoji right now, y'all.
Yeah.
But she is living her life under the impression that her wife is dead.
Then it's probably about time she could use some good news.
Anika just rubs her face and she goes, "Oh man, this is." I wouldn't want to contact her over the phone. I would be afraid that Nystral was listening in, but
No, you must do this in person.
okay.
Imagine there will be lots of hugging.
Can I borrow some money?
Yes.
Thanks. This is a lot. I'm taking in a lot right now.
Yeah, you're not alone.
I send Anika a bunch of like flower language results that I just searched
Okay.
and an annotation. I don't know which ones of these are good. When you're telling your wife you came back from death, but here are some ideas. I just assume this is what the money is for.
We should
like,
start-
hi, I'm alive. Here, have a present.
Okay.
I thought it was for a plane ticket.
Me too.
What?
All right, we have Amelia.
We can't
That's
leave
why she's
Amelia
asking for
straight
money.
to Denver, Colorado.
Oh, I was actually thinking about the route. It was going to be underwater until we were like well away,
Got
and then
it.
up, and then over. I was flight planning.
Okay.
Got it.
And I work.
We
I don't know if y'all
stand
know
out
this.
and tell
lot faster.
Should I just call Koshji?
I work on a place.
It feels like this needs
I
to
also
be
called it. Yeah, let's
okay.
cost it.
Let's call Koshji.
Because he has mission critical.
He does. This is
Equipment.
mission critical.
That's why.
So you're going to use your
Moment.
special Koshi number?
Koshji number.
It rings once. And who's calling him?
It's a group chat, but I'm calling.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the screen.
'Cause
As
I
he
tend
comes
to
up
call
on
him.
screen, you see him look up. He pops up on screen. You catch him. You're not sure where he is, but it looks like he was in the middle of a workout at the gym because there is a running mill behind him.
Oh.
And he's wiping his face with a towel, and he just looks at you and goes, "Ah, the bear lady.
Yes. Hello. Caught you at a bad time?
No time is a bad time for friends."
Perfect.
Are we seeing like
Yeah, we are.
muscles
You're seeing-
and wires?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah, you're here with everyone.
Yes, you are seeing a little bit of Magnum PI cost G right now.
Stupid.
Okay.
I'm liking this.
I lean into the
Yeah.
Yes, let us all enjoy the bear chest.
What's interesting again about Koski is you can tell just by looking at him the way his skin is pulled taut over the muscles. You can tell that the bone structure underneath that skin is a little crude. It looks like a lot of it has been replaced. Let me put it this way: the elegant curves of a collarbone are not there. Instead, it looks like a metal bar is sort of protruding underneath the skin and is wrapped around and connected to his arms. The cybernetics are somewhat obvious. You already know that Koski is more cyborg, is more machine than human by body alone. But
100% sex.
Yeah, I was like,
but and you can hear the noises of servos working as he takes a step and gets comfortable as he's talking to you and goes, and you just hear this, and he looks towards the screen and he goes, "So what can I do for you? You need someone killed?"
I narrow the
not
frame
quite.
enough so that Anton isn't in the picture while
Okay.
he physically picks his actual stretchy boy jaw off the floor.
Are you is this fanfic being written right now?
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
Anton's not here to
You
defend
should have
himself,
come to Callisto today, Hector. What's up?
I think all of our jaw, if my jaw could fall, it would probably do.
That is definitely Lacey's reaction to the tech.
Oh,
Right.
Koshji, we have a proposition for you.
Proposition.
Would you like to help us make a rocket ship invisible?
Yes.
Perfect.
that was easy. Great.
Well, just I kind of thought I was going to talk to you a little bit longer, but great.
I'll send my bill through Kylan Prime.
Your bill.
I don't work for free.
That's fine. Send it to him. Invoice KP.
It's what he told me to do.
We really would like that invisibility cloak in your car.
The technology of my car.
Yes. Oh. The invisible thing. What makes it invisible? If we could just like get the blueprints.
I am not
Lacey.
engineer, but you
could
have
he?
my tech friend who can help you.
Hi, tech friend.
Hi, tech friend.
Would you also maybe do a run for us?
Now you talk my language.
Not a death run.
Not a death run.
A gather.
A gather death run?
Have you ever been? No,
Rescue
death.
quest?
Rescue.
No death.
Escort.
Escort.
You're a
Protect from
bodyguard.
death.
Protect from death.
yeah.
You can shoot anyone that tries to attack you and them.
Well, okay.
Very good.
Maybe not give him ideas.
Within reason.
Yeah.
I exercise good judgment.
Okay.
Ever been to Denver,
I think you just
Colorado?
exercise.
Denver, Colorado. Very beautiful mountains.
And some really amazing scientists.
Don't talk much to scientists. Don't get around much.
Oh, you're gonna
That's
have a lot of
surprising.
quality time with some scientists for this.
Don't get around much in the ways of social life. Very, very close to my work.
Okay.
We can respect that.
But yeah.
We'll send you the details.
All right.
Have a nice run.
Thank you. And have a nice saving the world.
Exactly.
Wait.
Yes?
Taking out my tablet and just taking a picture of my phone.
Fucking creeping on him right there. Just-
Identifying Koshji.
Before you close
Yes,
it, I'm like,
yes,
okay,
yes.
wait. Get that, you just open the frame a little bit.
can watch
and
the
then-
screenshot.
Okay.
Cassidy,
Oh my-
can you just turn by like just a quarter?
This
There's
is
a
just-
nice light right there.
It's
Just-
for like
yeah, that's great.
Like
yeah,
in my
okay.
tablets when you call.
No, but the servos
my
are better from the
contacts.
other angle.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Can
Okay.
you just
Can you
the
face
other
the
way?
light a little
Face
bit?
the other light?
Is this mission critical?
Yes, it is. It's very critical.
Very for me. Okay.
You are employer.
That's a
Yep,
good one.
we are. Okay.
You can invoice KP
This is
for
an
this.
HR
Oh, here it is.
problem.
Invoice KP for
For the picture.
Kotschi Bordur.
Yes.
But
What are you
Bye.
Patel goes, I think he meant bouge,
schematic.
boudoir.
Literally, we're a bunch of creeps.
Patel just goes,
As a mental
No, yeah. Right there with you.
It's just when he calls.
Patel just goes,
Okay.
no offense, I don't get dudes, but dudes that look like metal dudes is even more strange to me.
look at that tech.
Yeah, it's
It's so well integrated, and he doesn't have any tissue rejection issues. Like, that's actually really high quality stuff, and the amount of power you can do when you don't have to worry about some kind of coatings.
it's dangerous levels of tech in somebody. Okay, I get it.
Okay, enough about this. Okay. Back to the moon. Back to the moon.
You
Focus on the moon.
I do declare Mr. Bogart, and moving on.
So we have this plan, right?
I think.
Anton just goes, he did look good with his shirt off, yeah.
Yeah, okay. We were all in agreement on that one.
Yeah.
That was a good team effort right there, everybody.
I
Good
pass
job.
Cass $5.
Cass just takes it, folds it up, slides it into her leather jacket.
Okay, I gotta go do some research. I gotta figure out who would be the people in charge to authorize a restoration of a piece in a museum.
The museum
Probably
curator?
The city
Yeah,
now.
but if I do that and then construction's happening on that, and the real museum curator goes, "What is going on? I didn't authorize that."
What if she
I
gets
need
a trip
someone
to
higher up."
Tahiti?
What's that?
The trip to Tahiti thing. They always do it in the comics. They're like, you've just won a trip. You just have to go right now.
To Floston Paradise!
So you're gonna
Oh, you
send
want me to
away the
send
museum curator?
and then that's my new job for a while.
Anton goes,
All right.
I don't know if that would work. I mean, corporate, especially in a place like Pyramid Star, I don't know if they would just up and leave without requesting vacation time in advance.
What if it was totally a request in advance that's already filed? Just look in the files.
Well, that might be interesting. You're gonna, yeah, no, I guess that could work.
Heh.
Oh,
Dr. Patel says, I think our first step is Lacey and I need to build out a list of what we need to do this. So drafting blueprints and coming up with a materials list and then formulating that plan. And from there, that's when we talk to your mysterious benefactor and spend a lot of money and get the materials that we need. Next comes probably the cloaking technology and getting inside and setting up a routine that we can have full access to the shuttle while we are
so
trying
glad
to
you
modify it.
We need a project manager.
And while we're modifying the shuttle, we're going to need a way to steal it out of there. This is going to be a pretty...
Awesome.
let's put the stealing on the back burner. First, let's modify it. Then we could figure out getting it out, right?
Well, we just got to keep that in mind when we're modifying what it's going to take to steal it. It might be that we're going to have to get it out of there under its own power, which is very likely, really. It would certainly solve a lot of problems. But the
just
problem
shoot
is
up
the
and-
space shuttle flies like a rock. It's supposed to glide to a landing. It's not really designed to fly on its own. So,
Not yet.
which means we might have to get help, because I'm sure that you're capable of some pretty incredible things, including worker robot. Worker robot.
Honeybee.
We should paint it blue.
Lacey. There's a whole factory of robots we could activate in Traeger. You
See? You just stack the ideas.
Wait, what did I miss?
So wait, first we're gonna steal.
we
we're
need
gonna steal
coding
a bunch
now.
of robots.
Yeah, that makes this a little more realistic, because there's no way Lacey and I can do everything that needs to be done in the shuttle by ourselves.
That
But
makes
if
Yeah.
we have a
And with
coordinated,
me sitting there monitoring, if anything goes wrong.
oh,
Yes,
And we need to.
Traeger robots
we need to
running
call Cobalt.
maintenance on the shuttle is going to look totally normal.
Oh, maintenance.
Anita,
That makes way more sense.
I know how to get the shuttle out of the museum.
How?
Like I said, we paint it blue. You get Cobalt. All we have to do is paint the ceiling of the museum blue, and there's nothing stopping that rocket going
And-
right through the roof.
Anton goes, wait, can Cobalt...
Anything that Cobalt can do it to himself. Why not?
Wait. Anika speaks up and she goes, wait, your friend Cobalt is the one that also got dosed with...
C6.
C6.
Oh, C6. Right.
Like us.
But not a stable distance.
Yeah, but we have you, brilliant you.
We're going to have to talk to him.
Okay.
I don't know...
He was on the list to be saved anyway. He's being saved.
If he's got dosed by the C6 energy source, he's going to have health problems the rest of his life from the way it's fluctuated
Nope, we're
inside of
gonna
him.
fix it.
But he's not in danger of dying, I don't think. The C6 energy source is stable. But my question is the scope of his powers. Can he phase an entire space shuttle through the ceiling of a museum?
We're
Time to find out.
We can test that.
Keep in mind that once you go through the ceiling, there's girders, there's another ceiling, there's...
Then we paint the whole town blue.
Oh my God.
We're gonna need a lot of spray paint.
We only have 27 days to do all this. We need to start now.
Yeah.
Already on it.
All right.
Anton goes, this is insane, and I am totally on board for this. I am absolutely here for it, and I am totally on board. And Cass goes, what the hell?
Time to be a hacker rebel.
They all...
Space rebels.
Patel stands up and goes, okay, so... You and I go formulate a plan. We're gonna need a lot of blue paint. We're gonna need to talk to the benefactor. We're gonna need to get a hold of Kobold.
I don't even know what to do. I can stand there and hold the paper.
Hobbs, I know what you can help me with.
What?
I need to be a very convincing museum curator. You want to help me study?
That I can do. I'm
I
also
know. You know a lot already. You've read like every book I could possibly even imagine. So you...
It's been a rough month.
Hobbs, will you be my tutor?
I would be honored.
Thank you. I was really bad at school. Which is convincing considering what I do.
Yeah, Anton just goes, aren't you a kindergarten teacher?
I'm training to be. I've still got a few more hours until I'm certified, but yeah.
Just checking.
Find out what he knows and what he's expertly in, and I can pull a couple of all-nighters like that and just...
Everyone kind of gives you everyone gives you the concerned side eye.
sleep. No, like two
All
or three
pull the
more.
all-nighters.
No.
You sleep. Just give me the right books.
I'm
None of that.
I'm fine now. I have my little hat.
Oh, and Oya? We're gonna need a new coffee maker.
Oh, no.
What happened?
Tell your mom we're sorry.
Sal?
Fletcher's work.
What's happening? What happened?
Lacey did the Lacey thing.
It's not electric though.
The other one. The one...
The one Sal's been using.
Oh, thank
Which
gosh.
is... No,
electric
yours.
one.
No, that one I didn't break, but I don't know about that one yet.
Got it. I thought it was brought in with
Oh,
everything.
no worries. Okay, so I go over and get it because it's
In the
I brought
crate.
it. Yeah, it's in the
Oh,
crate.
luckily, we have a new one already.
And it's analog.
How you can see the future.
Oh yeah.
You knew.
Oh yeah, as you move over to the coffee maker, as everyone's chatting behind you, you reach over there and you begin to feel something reaching out to you again. It's very, very faint, but as you set the coffee down, you glance up, and in the reflection of the viewport out into the ocean, you see his face. It's Ollie. You see the slight, faintest reflection, and you can barely hear his voice going, "Are you okay?"
Yeah. Are you okay?
"I'm okay."
We can't spend a lot of time in here.
Very short messages.
Okay.
I'll keep you updated.
All right.
I don't know how often we're going to be able to reach across.
Me neither.
I think he's scared of us.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
There's a smile as he begins to fade back into the reflection, and then you see yourself staring at your reflection. And Oya, once again, through that reflection, out of the viewport, the ocean, and also in that reflection, behind you, are 5 of the most incredible people you've ever met in your life, talking about staging this insane plan to save the world. Remembering where you were months ago at that convention, looking for work, looking to test out the VR thing that you had made when you were still trying to carve a place out for yourself. And you can hear your mom's voice in the back of your head asking you to become a lawyer, asking you to do something to make real change happen. And that carries your eyes over to Oniko, this person who had been out to kill all of you on a quest for blood through a will not of her own, now here, making change, making difference. Sal, who you all encountered here, at the time that you met him, it would not have been completely inaccurate to have referred to him as bestial, this creature that had really very little human contact, being genetically modified and engineered and cobbled together from dead flesh into a living thing like a Frankenstein's monster. Now, nodding along as everyone is nodding, as if he's understanding exactly what everyone is saying, and Oniko leaning on him, Patel, who you thought was dead, who you thought her family was dead, Anton, Hops, who was dead and who is back, and not only back, but back in the saddle and ready to risk it all again. You're watching all of them congregate around each other with murmuring excitement, knowing full well the danger that lies ahead of them, the immensity of the task, and the enemy that's waiting for them. And all of them are energized and ready to do whatever it takes.
I wanna send Fletcher a message.
Okay.
I'm gonna dip back in.
You gaze out the window, and in this time, instead of looking for that familiar face, you look for that feeling, that abyssal cold. It takes a few moments, but you hear this low roar, this almost like you're inside the lungs of a sleeping giant. And you hear, Oya.
If you're gonna come for us, just know that we're coming for you. And I snap out.
That's a good stopping point.
You tell that Fletcher. From one interdimensional being to another.
That is pretty wild.
Punch that void. Punch the void.
Well, it's interesting because every time we start these spotlight episodes, we have we have points that we know we want to play with and go to. We never actually know where it's going to take us. And every time we've done one of these spotlight episodes, they have taken us to the craziest fucking cool places in the story. And it is so exciting to storytell this game because you guys are really like, I swear I'm part of the audience half the time. I swear to God. It's so great.
I know what we're doing.
We're
I hope I didn't what happened. Well, just the space shuttle thing. I was like, wait, are we talking about the actual space shuttle?
You know, it's funny because
Yes.
so
Yes,
I
we are.
had heard whispers that y'all were going to plan to do this, but when you dropped the name Endeavor, I was like, oh my God.
I didn't know this was a plan.
I didn't know
before.
either. I knew we had to go to the moon.
I just thought I accidentally walked in. GM should not have been hearing this conversation, but I walked in and I was getting the rumblings of it.
I didn't even know.
Me neither.
We were all just kind of in the same.
I had a
In the
feeling.
war room.
Yeah.
We're connected through the energy.
I had a feeling that this is what y'all were going to do. I wasn't sure if you were serious or not.
Rockets.
Amazing.
Rockets.
We are always serious about crime.
I will follow
space.
crime
You know what
and
this
space.
means?
Space crime.
Space crime. No. You know what this means? What? Shield trip.
Y'all want to go to the Endeavor?
We have to. We have to know what parts to paint.
Okay.
All right.
I've never been. Let's go see the Endeavor.
This is research.
Hi, everybody. We're still on the air here.
Oh, goodness. I'm very excited.
Still streaming, guys. We're still streaming.
We'll invoice KP. Okay.
All right. Leave the field trip.
So real quick, thank you again to our sponsors, Okie Dokie Dice, and of course to Monty Cook Games for giving us this crazy fun season of, almost said Shield of Tomorrow, giving us this crazy fun season of Callisto 6. Thank you so much. And of course, quick reminder, don't forget to check out the website, geekandsundry.com and nerdist.com for information about our panels at WonderCon, which is coming up. And you might see a lot of us wandering around at WonderCon, because wandering at WonderCon is a fun thing to do.
Here's what we do. We just.
Yeah. Yeah, I always loved WonderCon. It's the Comic-Con that's like in the backyard. It's fantastic. It's super nice. And it's right next to Disney. So if you want to go to the Rainforest Cafe and have some spaghetti afterwards, you can do that.
And watch the fireworks every night.
That's true. There's fireworks too. Man.
The live reports might be doing a show. We don't know yet.
Yeah. So keep us posted.
don't
We'll
know.
keep you guys posted with further announcements coming up. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And just so you all know, Vampire, while they had their finale, they're up next. They're going to be an hour from now. They're having their, is it their epilogue episodes?
Oh.
Yeah, their interstitials. It's going to be really, really good. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you next Friday night. Until then, everybody, stay whimsical.